yellow paint. I hear they scared of it, but them pros ain't. Soon as I hit the club, look at them whole face.
Hey, what's up, Pittsburgh?
Once, make the floor shake.
Pittsburgh's DSEN
My engine roaring.
Black and Gold post-game show brought to you by Pittsburgh's DSEN.
And I got the
We're here to
pedal
talk
the metal.
all
Got
things
you out here checking game. I'm balling
Pittsburgh
out on every
Steelers.
level. Hear them haters talk, but there's nothing you could tell them. Just made
Game
a
just
million,
ended.
got another million on my schedule. No love for them, boy, I'm breaking hearts. No keys, push to start.
Was that was a game to wrap up our division, to wrap up the AFC North division. I am Ken Craig. I am here with our man Luther Dupree and our man JT Taylor.
What's going on?
What's going on,
Man,
guys?
What a heart-wrenching loss. That was disgusting. That was the most disgusting loss all season, for real. That was bad.
It was bad. Again, the score, we lost 13-6. And I say we, Pittsburgh Steelers, 13-6. We had a chance. We had a chance at the end of the game with our final drive with about a little over a minute 40 left. Got down to, the 9-yard line?
I think they got down to like the 5-yard line.
Was it 5?
It was the 5-yard
Okay.
line. And then it was the MVS show.
Yep, and we got all the way down.
Somebody tell A-Rod that this is not MVS from Green Bay. This is a guy who was out of the league all year until, some injuries came, and then they signed him to the practice squad, and he stayed on the practice squad for a while, for weeks.
And you know what? I'm who was covering him? Ward. Ward was on him.
Denzel Ward,
Yeah.
a Pro Bowler.
Let Ward follow him, right? Take Ward out of the game.
Don't go after Ward.
You have two big body tight ends, right? And Fryermuth, who just got you 40 yards and 2 catches down the field.
And I was saying that all game. Where was Fryermuth? All game. Last drive, he gets you down there, and then he doesn't get a look. You get 4 downs, and you don't throw him one pass. Aaron Rodgers has to take a lot of heat. He's got a lot of credit. He's got to take a lot of heat for the decision-making.
Pat Fryermuth, 3 receptions on 5 targets, 63 yards. His longest was 29, which came in the final drive of the game. 2 of his 3 catches came in the final drive of the game. And then when you got 4 downs from 5-6 yard line, then I didn't even see Muth on the field, to be honest.
Muth was on the field.
Okay.
He was on the field, and I thought he was open one of those times, but he wanted to throw 2 fades to scouting, and MVS is not the same.
2 of the 3 routes to MVS, he didn't even run the right route. It looked like they're completely, out of sync there. They're not who they were back in Green Bay.
Gainwell has to get a look there.
Gainwell was wide open,
Gainwell has to get a look.
Wide open.
Wide open.
Oh, this is going to be a vent show. Anyway, Luther Dupree here, JT Taylor. My name is Ken Craig. It's Pittsburgh's DSCM Black and Gold post game show. We're going to talk about this Steelers loss, AFC North game. Where we could have wrapped things up. We could have had a nice kind of week off, let people rest next week, but instead, in Steelers fashion, we make it difficult. We could have wrapped this division up many times over the past few weeks, but we're just not doing it.
Blown opportunities. I mean, I guess we'll get into it. But
yes,
I counted at least 6 opportunities where Steelers could have scored.
Absolutely.
Started early on with Nick Herbig. I thought he had a pick 6. That was a gift. Dropped it. They didn't score when Sawyer got an interception. It was a lot of things going on. And I don't know. I have a lot of issue with the play calling offensively. Defensively, they started off flat. Those 10 points in that first 2 drives, that was the game. I mean, they came out flat. The long touchdowns to Fannin where he got hurt, I don't know what Duggar was doing. I mean, he was out of position. He didn't get there, and then let the guy get up and walk into the end zone. If anybody should know to grab him, it's us, because that's how Gainwell scored last week.
That's what I was about to say. It kind of like deja vu.
I'm like, what is Duggar doing? It was so nonchalant. Oh, man, it was bad. And I don't know what Asante Samuel was doing on that one. There's a whole lot we can get into, but those are two major plays. All those turnovers, and they didn't get anything off those points. Boswell is continuing to struggle. He missed a field goal. He missed two. And I thought earlier in the game, instead of going for it on fourth down, I thought they should have kicked that field goal when Sawyer got that interception. You just need points there.
Yeah, and just again, this is Pittsburgh's DSEM Black and Gold post-game show. I'm here with JT Taylor, Luther Dupree. My name is Ken Craig. We are here live at Cloud 33. I didn't even mention that yet. We are here live, Penn Hills, Pennsylvania. We are in Cloud 33, cigar lounge, right in the Penn Hills Shopping Center. If you're from the area, stop by. We got TVs all over the place. We got music. We got card games going on. It's lively in here.
Yeah.
And then, JT, can you give us some phone numbers?
Yes, if you want to call in, 412-213-8995. And for people who want to text in, 412-218-3888. And if you call in, make sure you do not call the text line.
We're on site, at Cloud 33. So we unfortunately, tech issues might happen. So if you're calling in to the text line or you're texting into the call line, we're just not going to get it because we are on site. So make sure you, if you want to text 412-218-3888, or if you want to send us a chat on YouTube, please do. We have the chat that's open and live. So, in terms of the game, was there a turning point? Did we come into the game flat? What happened here?
Well, I can tell you right now, and here's my Arthur Smith's play calling is horrible, dude. I'm sorry. Even on the very first drive, I said, not today, bro, not today. But today it happened, and I don't know, what Arthur Smith was thinking about. I mean, you come in, okay, and now you have, what is it, third and 1?
Mm-hmm.
And you're throwing the ball down the field instead of just picking. You have 3 run plays in a row.
Right. 2 to Warren, 1 to Gainwell.
Yeah, 3rd and 4. Come on. Give Aaron Rodgers a chance to at least get you a first down. But, they kind of had that pegged all together. But I'm sorry. I blame this one on Aaron Rodgers. First I blame it on Arthur Smith and Aaron Rodgers, too, because Aaron Rodgers just seemed like he had tunnel vision right towards Marquez Valdez.
Especially at the end.
All week.
Yeah,
Especially at the end.
Yep.
Go back and look at the tape. You'll see, I think it was Kenneth Gainwell wide open for a walk-in touchdown, but Aaron Rodgers never even looked his way.
It was three throws directed toward MVS. No look anywhere
and not one
else.
of them touched his hands.
Yep, you're absolutely right. Not
one of
one touched his hands. 2 of them, he went the wrong direction anyway. So, was there? And I asked this question: did we come out flat? Because on the defensive side, we didn't look stellar today.
Defense definitely came out flat.
Yeah.
Well, but you know what? The defense did enough. They held us in there. But here's the other.
But they set the tone. When you come out and give a team like Cleveland like that confidence, a 10-point lead, they kept that confidence all game long.
No, you know what the biggest problem was in this game is they were too damn worried about Myles Garrett getting that sack.
Yeah.
It showed in their information.
Yeah.
They worried too much about Myles Garrett setting the record. They didn't want them to set the record. They didn't want the Steelers.
Who cares about the record? Just get into the playoffs.
The Steelers didn't want to be the team that Myles Garrett broke the record on. They worried about that too much instead of throwing the ball down the field where it should have been thrown.
Instead, we're the team that lost to the 3-12 or whatever their record was Was it 3-12?
It was 3-12 before this game.
And that's 4 losses in a row in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Now they're 4-12. The Pittsburgh Steelers are 9-7. I mean, just these are games that we need to be able to wrap up. These are games that we need to walk into.
These are supposed to be gimmies. This game here especially.
Yep.
Rookie quarterback, their best receiver goes out. But man.
I mean, we let Shedeur Sanders 17-23, 186 and 1.
He outplayed Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
He outplayed Aaron Rodgers.
He did throw for 2 interceptions. However, Aaron Rodgers, 21 of 39. Did you hear that, everyone? 21 of 39, 168 yards.
Why are you throwing so much without your best 2 receivers? That's just.
Yeah, and we're going to get into that. You know, we were missing a lot of people today.
And then Washington getting hurt.
Yep. Oh,
that was huge.
Yes.
That was huge.
Hey, guys,
but that should have been more a Fryer move.
Did you realize one other thing? This is Shedeur Sanders' first victory as a starter.
No, second.
First.
No.
Did he come in his?
No, he was one. He had 1 win before this.
Against who? Oakland? I mean, whatever, the Raiders?
It might have been the Raiders, but he had 1 win. This is his second win as a starter. I do know that because he had 1 win coming into this one.
So yeah, he did beat the Raiders.
Yeah, he was a starter. Okay.
Yeah, he did start. He went for 11 of 20 for 209 against the Raiders, 24-10. And then 13-6.
But see, the thing is, early in the game, he was way too comfortable back there. They were leaving holes, guys wide open, deep over the middle, and that gave him and the team confidence. So I think Terrell Smith's game plan from the very beginning was abysmal.
Terrell Austin?
Terrell Austin. Yeah.
Yeah, but they did what they had. The defense really did what they had to do. To win this game.
After that, but once you give a team 10 points, you got to step on them quick. A team that's playing for nothing.
But I think they did.
They did not.
What did they do?
They came out and scored 10 in the first 2 possessions.
I said after the 10 points, what did they do?
Right, but I'm saying you knew this was going to be a low-scoring game. Because of the weather, because of the condition, you got to step on them.
Right, I understand that. And after those 10 points,
they were lights out. I'll give you, they were lights out after that. But
that was what? It's after the first.
Cleveland was lights out all game. No. That's the difference. They came out hungry. They came out, and at 6 points. 6 points.
2 interceptions. I don't think they were lights out.
No, I'm saying Cleveland's defense was lights out. I mean, even going down to the goal line. How many red zones did they stop?
Dude, how many times did Aaron Rodgers throw behind the running backs?
He didn't have a good game.
He had a horrible game.
He didn't have a good game.
So do you think and I'm going to ask both of you this, do you think that we lost this game or did Cleveland beat us this game?
We lost this game.
Our
offense lost this game.
I agree. The offense lost this game, and the defense, the way they started off, put us in a bad spot. That you can't give a team like Cleveland a 10-point advantage in the first 10 minutes of the game.
I 100% agree there. From the beginning of the game, we looked just flat. And even coming off of the Detroit game, right? Like, I looked at that team and was like, okay.
They're ready to go.
If we can play like this, we might be able to go somewhere.
But you know what? And he's too big for me to be slapping around, but DK Metcalf, you need slapped in your head. Okay? And I'm going to tell you why. You put your team that had in the position to win the conference, the division.
Right.
And from stupidity, you took that away from them. As hard as they worked when you weren't working, as hard as the offense worked when you weren't working, you took it away from them. And that right there goes to show me why, and I'm going to say it to Cannon out honestly, if the Steelers do not make the playoffs, okay, I don't think Tomlin will be around next year, and I don't think DK Metcalf will be back around next year, and I'll tell you why. Because he's already lost money. He's already lost, close to $45 million.
And guaranteed money, right.
And guaranteed money.
They can void those 2 years, right.
So if he gets cut, he's left with just what he made this year. For the simple fact, because the guaranteed money's gone.
No, it's not. They said they will give it to him.
No. I'm saying They can say what they want to, but I'm telling you, if he gets cut, the Steelers don't lose no money.
Yeah, they can definitely vote him. I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening, JT.
I'm just okay. You don't see it happening, but I'll tell you what.
There's an option.
Stranger things have happened.
You're right. You're right.
This is still a bit. And JT, to your point, this is a business. And at the end of the day, if they come out and they say, "Hey, we don't want to move forward for whatever reason," and there's an out, right?
Right.
That out is available. Right, that's what you're saying.
They can definitely
so
void
guess what? So guess what? They can void that and go get another free agent next year.
Yeah,
they'll have the money.
That's a take. That's a take. I mean, I think if we do not make the playoffs, I think that there's going to be some big changes. And I'm not just reacting to this game. I'm reacting to this season. Right.
Because and the biggest part of this game would have been with DK Metcalf is. He would have been taking 2 or 3 defenders with him.
Right, right. That was a selfish act, and it's inexcusable. Yes, this guy's a troll. He's been doing it for years. He probably should have been banned, but you can't go over to the sideline. And where's the security? I mean, if guys can walk over like that, the security should be fired.
And Kevin and I talked about that earlier in the week, and it doesn't even matter about the security.
Bottom line, other players.
Yeah, bottom line, he should have never walked over there. He should have never engaged. Because look, this is the consequences of it. Yeah, he's suspended. Yeah, he's missing game checks. Yes, but at the end of the day, we were competing for a division win.
Division,
to wrap
could have
up
been
our
division champions,
right? And now
we're fighting for a division life.
We're targeting MVS. With 2 minutes left in the game in the end zone, right? Like that's not.
I think that was Aaron Rodgers. I don't think Arthur Smith or Tomlin wanted to go to MVS 3 times.
Well, you know what? They should have took him out the game. He should have took him out the game.
Aaron Rodgers would be yelling about.
I don't care about all that.
I don't care, but he was yelling earlier about.
It's not the Aaron Rodgers. It's not the Aaron Rodgers Steelers.
It's not supposed to be, but it is the Aaron Rodgers show, and that last drive showed you that.
So Mike Tomlin just spoke at the post-game press conference. You guys want to listen to it now?
Of course.
All right.
Give us something else to talk about.
Let's hear this crap.
All right.
Really grinds my gears.
Yep. Tough, hard-fought AFC North matchup. We certainly didn't make enough plays today, and they did. You got to compliment those guys on an outstanding winning effort, and it's back to work for us. We've been here before, and so certainly we got a big week ahead of us, man, in a big game in Acrisure next weekend. From an injury standpoint, man, Darnell Washington had a broken arm. He wasn't able to go back in. The rest are just bumps and bruises associated with play. Questions?
Mike, you surprised your team played like you did with so much on one?
I didn't think we played poorly. We just didn't make enough plays. I thought they played well. I thought the game was kind of unfolding in the way that you would anticipate, but we never made that signature play that kind of got us over the hump. That generally is the deciding factor in games like this, and we generally make them. We didn't make them today.
Mike, what kept you from making those plays, especially offensively?
They had a lot to do with it. They made some plays, and I'm never one not to compliment worthy opponents, man, and certainly they made plays today.
Mike, how much did not having Darnell Washington affect some of that decision-making in short yardage situations?
We get challenged with the attrition component all the time. We make no excuses regarding that. We got capable men. We adapt, adjust, and we keep moving.
Was Scotty the number one read on that 4th and 1 where Aaron threw too many ends?
He certainly had options, and he was one of them.
Mike, on that play, did not having Darnell affect your decision to possibly not push on that play?
Again, as I mentioned, we got options. Attrition is a component of it. We adapt and keep moving. We make no excuses about what we do or what we don't do, particularly as it pertains to who's available and who's not.
Mike, how much did not having DK affect the passing game?
It was an impact, but we certainly got capable men, and we expect those guys to make necessary plays, and we certainly didn't make enough today.
How do you think the defense did after the first 2 drives?
I thought they kept us in the fight. We got some takeaways. We put ourselves in position to win.
Mike, was there too much focus or emphasis on keeping Myles Garrett from that sack record? Did you feel that from your offense at all?
we didn't do anything against Miles that we don't normally do against Miles. The sack record's irrelevant. We got to minimize him if we want to engineer victory. We did the same thing last time we played him. I didn't think he had any sacks in that game either. And so we didn't take a different approach because of the gravity of the record. It's just standard business when you playing these guys and him.
Like 3 straight shots to MVS to end the game. Was that kind of Aaron's fault, the guy he wanted, or was that what Arthur drew?
He had eligibles on the play, and certainly he was one of them. And he's a capable guy. I got no qualms about us playing to win the game in the way that we did.
How significant was it for them to get that lead early on? Because I feel like it was the other way.
The start doesn't determine anything other than the start. I doubt that any of us got uncomfortable. It's the nature of kind of how these games go. I thought our ability to put some points on the board prior to the half and then have the ball coming out the second half really kind of made anything that transpired in the first half irrelevant.
Mike Darnell out for a significant portion.
That I don't know. I just reported to you guys what I have.
Did Boswell have normal footing on the field goal that he missed?
It's irrelevant.
Anyone else? All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
All right, we just heard Mike Tomlin just spoke with media there now. Well, he didn't say much. It was a typical Mike Tomlin press conference. I think that his lack of words or his lack of insight really said more than anything. I feel like this is we beat ourselves here. I'm just gonna lay it out straight. I feel like the Steelers went in and lost this game. Were we beat? Sure, yeah. I feel like we let the Browns move the ball a little bit more than I expected, and more than we let a high-powered offense move the ball last week. On offense though, I you feel like and this is for both of you. Do you feel like our offense lost it, or did our defense lose it, or was this an all-around complimentary loss?
No, our offense lost us the game. Period. Defense did what they had. Like I said, after the 10 points, you figure after the 10 points, we should be leading because we missed 2 field goals.
Yep.
So, like I said, this one's on the offense. This one's on the deer in the eyes in the headlights of Aaron Rodgers.
Tunnel vision.
Tunnel vision, looking for Valdez-Scantling. Oh, and he's speaking now.
Yeah, we'll have that up here in just a
That's
just
ridiculous.
A moment.
I'm just fed up with the.
It was horrible. I say the offense as well. And when you look at the play calling, Jaylen Warren only had 12 carries. He was averaging 5 yards a carry. He needed more. Aaron Rodgers was off. You didn't have your starting receivers. Why is he throwing 39 times in that type of weather?
And
Cleveland has struggled against the run.
How many receptions between Gainwell and Jaylen Warren?
Kenneth Gainwell only had 3 catches, three catches for 12 yards.
He had 4 targets though.
And Warren?
None.
See,
None.
That right there.
But Marquez Valdez-Scantling was targeted 9 times.
That's ridiculous.
With 3 catches for 21 yards. So he had the highest target ratio amongst the team. Scotty Miller had 7, and then Adam Thielen had 5. Jonnu Smith had 5, which Jonnu Smith went 5 for 5 for 18 yards, and then Patty Freiermuth had 5 targets. So only 168 yards in the air.
And you threw the ball 39 times.
Yeah.
I mean, that's. I didn't like Arthur Smith's play calling. I didn't like some of Aaron Rodgers' reads. I thought he forced some things. There was a 3rd and 1, and he's trying to go deep to Scotty Miller against one of their better corners. I didn't like that call.
Was that on the 3rd down?
Yeah,
is that what you're talking about?
Oh,
yeah,
that was
3rd and 1.
3rd and 1, and you're throwing a bomb to Scotty Miller, who hasn't caught a bomb all year.
Yeah, and it wasn't.
And he's 4 inches shorter than the DB.
But I think even if you look at it, it was a poorly thrown ball.
It was a horrible throw. Yeah.
And I feel like talking about this could even go to Boz as well. But yes, the leg of Boz we've trusted for this entire season. He's going to have an off game here and there. I'm okay with it.
This is 2 in a row.
Especially in this weather, right? Like this weather was crazy. However, you're throwing the ball in this weather too, like you mentioned.
Right.
You're
39 times.
You're
That's-
throwing the ball, and the ball's not landing where you want it to land. You know, so start setting up something that you can generate with Jaylen Warren or, you know, with Gainwell as well. Gainwell's been, I mean, look what he's done the past 3-4 games.
And they erased him from the offense this game for the most part. 3 catches. He only had, I think he had 8 rushes. No, he had 7 rushes and 3 catches. This is a guy who's probably your MVP if you think about
he's
it.
Definitely the MVP.
And he only gets the ball 10 times in this type of weather. Arthur Smith, I didn't like him all year. He had a nice run, but was it really him or Aaron Rodgers changing the plays?
Well, he looked over it at one point. He looked over and said, "Look, I got this."
Yeah,
and stop. Well, he didn't want him to keep throwing subs in, but
yeah, it was. Well, again, this is Pittsburgh's DSEM Black and Gold post game show. We got a lot to talk about here. We're going to talk about coaching. We're going to talk about offensive coaching. We're going to talk about offensive execution, and then we're going to talk about defense as well on the defensive side of the ball. Any areas that maybe we look good, any areas that we really need to improve on if we even want to think about a playoff spot. But let's go to a quick break. Again, this is Pittsburgh's DSEN Black and Gold post-game show live from Cloud 33.
From Cloud 33, baby.
Penn Hills, Pennsylvania. We will be right back in just a few moments.
Pittsburgh, it's an old school party. Yes, each Saturday we throw it back with some of the best old school music, funk, R&B, old school, rap, hip hop, and all the jams that make you move and dance. Yes, check it out. Each Saturday right here on Pittsburgh's DSEN. All the old school jams, 6 to 11 p.m.
Pittsburgh, have you seen our Sunday radio schedule? Ooh, it is lit. Start the day off with our Sunday gospel music from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. It will inspire you and have you praising the Lord. Then from 3 to 8 p.m., we bring you Sunday jazz melody for all the jazz lovers. Then cap off the night with the Quiet Storm from 8 to 11 p.m. to hear the best smooth, romantic, and soulful R&B sounds of yesterday and today. All that each Sunday on Pittsburgh's DSEN, the place for soul.
Pittsburgh, it's an old school party. Yes, each Saturday we throw it back with some of the best old school music, funk, R&B, old school, rap, hip hop, and all the jams that make you move and dance. Yes, check it out. Each Saturday right here on Pittsburgh's DSEN. All the old school jams, 6 to 11 p.m.
Pittsburgh, have you seen our Sunday radio schedule? Ooh, it is lit. Start the day off with our Sunday gospel music from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. It will inspire you and have you praising the Lord. Then from 3 to 8 p.m., we bring you Sunday jazz melody for all the jazz lovers. Then cap off the night with the Quiet Storm from 8 to 11 p.m. to hear the best smooth, romantic, and soulful R&B sounds of yesterday and today. All that each Sunday on Pittsburgh's DSEN, the place for soul.
Pittsburgh, it's an old school party. Yes, each Saturday we throw it back with some of the best old school music, funk, R&B, old school, rap, hip hop, and all the jams that make you move and dance. Yes, check it out. Each Saturday, right here on Pittsburgh's DSEN. All the old school jams, 6 to 11 p.m.
Pittsburgh, have you seen our Sunday radio schedule? Ooh, it is lit. Start the day off with
everything I do it big. Yeah, screaming that's not when I pulled off the lot. That's done.
It's hard to even get fired up. This is Pittsburgh's DSEN Black and Gold Post Game Show. My name is Ken Craig. I'm here with JT Taylor and Luther Dupree.
Got a call from my jeweler this just
We're here to
in.
talk
And
Pittsburgh
women love
Steelers
me
loss.
cause I'm messing with their best friends. Not a lesbian.
We heard Mike
She a
Tomlin
freak, though.
just a moment
This ain't
ago.
For one night, I'm shining all week, bro. I'm sipping Clico and rocking yellow.
And we heard Mike Tomlin talk. Very few words after a big loss like this. I do know a few players just spoke as well. What I want to do is I'm going to tee that up here in just a moment so we can listen to their press conferences. In the meantime, I know we've been talking offense and the lack of production that we've seen on offense. But I want to talk defense. I want to talk defense first, and then I also want to talk offensive line and so forth. So let's really break this down. Good or bad, I know it's a loss, and I know we want to be I'm frustrated right now. It's really tough to say anything positive, but our defense did well. We did enough to win the game on defense.
After those first two series, you got to preface that. After the first two series, they did well.
And at the same time, you got to remember, this has happened with a number of teams in the last couple of weeks. Buffalo did it too.
Buffalo struggled with them.
Yeah,
but they pulled it out.
Right.
And their offense didn't score 6 points.
But while we were on break, listeners, I have to tell you, and if you want to call in, please call in, because it's not just us. I want to hear you. We want to hear what you have to say as well. But during the break, I asked Luther and Ken, I made the comment that, the refereeing in this game, it was just terrible as well, because the last play, number one, Luther said it just when it happened. There's no face guard, and don't you have to be looking for the ball? I mean, the guy grabbed both of MVS's hands and pulled both of his arms down. Right. So, and then the Cam Hayward call,
that was the worst.
Might be the worst. Whatchamacallit, roughing the passer.
Roughing the passer I've seen.
And I mean, you're talking about bailing them out, because now we're looking at 3rd and 19.
Right.
And they're good possibility. They might have a punt from their end zone.
Right.
So I did see this stat before the game. Pittsburgh versus Cleveland, and this was sent out by NFL Ref Stats on X, but Pittsburgh versus Cleveland officiating crew cheat sheet. Divisional home teams are an NFL best 47-17. That's a 74% win ratio with referee John Hussey since the start of 2016. Including a 3-1 record this year. This will be the Steelers' second game with Hussey in 2025. The previous, a 31-28 Week 12 loss at the Bears with Mason Rudolph as QB, Pittsburgh. So, just an interesting fact. Just an interesting fact there. Not saying the refs blew the game for us, but I had to throw it out there. I thought it was an interesting fact.
They need to have something called, what is it called? Replay assistant. They need to have ump assistant or referee assistant, because that was, like I said.
Should be
that
some of those calls,
that should have been a very big game-changing series right there. And the other thing is, you got to really give credit to, too.
Tell me.
Is the punter from Cleveland.
Oh, yeah, when he kicked that out of the end zone, back to the 20,
he was booming the ball all day to where, what's his name?
He was flipping that field, Scott. He was flipping the field.
Waitman, our punter.
Yeah, Waitman,
Waitman.
Dude,
he was struggling.
He was struggling bad.
Yeah, with that win, the special teams was not great. For the Steelers today.
You're punting from the 50-yard line. You should at least pin him down inside the 5 or something.
Yeah,
he was doing. His punting was horrible.
Cleveland punting today. They had 4 punts for 228 yards. Ooh. Their longest was 64 yards.
Yes.
Whereas Waitman for the Steelers had 5 punts for a total of 203 yards. He had 5 in the 20-yard landing zone. His longest was 52. The crazy part here is Cleveland had 0 that landed within the 20. So I wonder. I'd have to look into that a little bit more. But Chris Boswell, again, 2 of 3 for field goals. Longest 44 yards. Man, it was.
I didn't like that one where they trapped the 54-yarder.
Yeah,
that was a bad. I mean, it didn't affect points wise, but
I don't even think it was long enough.
No, it was far right.
Right.
But I wouldn't have tried it. Just pin him down there because he's been off. He already, he was the first one he made. It just hooked right.
Isn't that the one where he threw an interception? So we kind of didn't. Nothing kind of happened.
Right.
Yeah. But still, I would have liked to throw that interception on their side of the field. I mean, pin them deep.
I'll tell you another thing. If you watch some of the replays, like when they were replaying, like when Cleveland was in the red zone, they showed a pass come out of Shedeur Sanders' hands, and if you watched it, the wind. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. It was like they're coming here this way, and the pass is kind of going. He throws it to his left, Shedeur, but the pass took almost like a 90-degree turn.
Yeah,
did you see that?
And yes,
hey guys,
and that's why you shouldn't throw the ball 40 times in that weather.
1 second, we are getting a call, and we are going to be live here in. Hello, caller. This is Pittsburgh's DSEN Black and Gold post-game show.
Oh. Are you there, caller?
They hung up.
Call back. We want to hear what you got to say.
Yeah, yep. Sorry, it took me a little bit to get JT to stop talking there.
That's a usual occurrence.
Please call us right back.
Hey, I can go.
I know.
For now on, I'm just gonna answer it.
Yeah.
Oh man. So let's. I hope they call back.
Yeah, they will.
Okay.
And there's a couple people that said they were going to call
hit
back.
Star 69.
Old school, right?
Call him, yeah.
Old school.
How was okay? So in terms of our defense today, pass rush, we were without the likes of T.J. Watt. We were without Pierre. We were without Eccles in the secondary. But how did we do in terms of pass rush?
Well, Highsmith did his thing. I mean, the first interception he caused, he got another one later. He called a couple penalties were called against him for holding that stopped big runs. He played his behind off. I was disappointed in Herbig. He didn't have a sack, any tackles. He was non-apparent. I would have liked to see Jack Sawyer on the field way more than him because he's still not right. I mean, you could tell by the way he was moving.
Yeah,
I would have liked Jack Sawyer to get way more snaps than him. I think he was on the field way too much to have no tackles and no sacks.
Cutting everyone off. We have a caller calling in right now. Hello, caller. This is Pittsburgh's DSEN Black and Gold post-game show. Can you hear us? Can you hear us, caller?
Luther. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Is this Lee?
Hey, man, it's me, Lou. Where y'all at?
Oh, man, we're at Cloud 33. Yeah, we hear you. Cloud 33. We hear you loud and clear.
Penn Hills Shopping Center up top.
Where's this at, man? Y'all in Pittsburgh because I'm in Cleveland.
Oh, okay. In Pittsburgh. Yeah, we're in
Penn Hills.
I'm up here. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. What's up, man? What y'all want to talk about?
Well, you were there. You were there. I know you. What did you think about the game? What was the feeling?
Man, it's a nice atmosphere. Very hostile environment. The worst.
You didn't get DK attacked, did you?
Man, look, man, that was the worst first offense I've ever seen since Matt Canada, man. They need to fire them dudes, man.
Thank you.
I'm
I've
up
been
here
saying
getting
it all
free
year.
casino food up here. I'm at the buffet eating while y'all talking, and they got to get rid of them, dude. That was a bad outing, but I'll say this: Shedeur Sanders shot his load in the first quarter. That was it.
Yep.
That's all he had.
When you're watching on TV, it's quite a bit different when you're watching there live in person. When you're there live, you could see formations, you could see people open that we can't see on the screen. did you see anything that was like clearly missed by Rodgers? Because what we saw on the TV side was he was missing a lot of throws. Execution was off. He was staring at receivers. What did you see there live?
Rodgers, first of all, the O-line blocked great. Nobody set a record today. He was just getting rid of the ball too quick. He was still throwing that same back, the fly route or the back shoulder throw. But they didn't use the middle of the field until late to that last drive where they ran a slant on a third down conversion. So other than that, he was just rushing, just trying to, throw short routes. Nothing creative from Arthur Smith. Nothing. The guys were, nothing to develop.
Hey, Lee, on that last drive, he went, 3 times to MVS. It looked like guys were open.
Yeah.
I saw Gainwell open. It just looked like he had tunnel vision trying to get MVS the game-winning touchdown. I mean, how did it look to you on that? I was really against that play call.
Again, man, it was great. He got fired, moved the ball down in the middle of the field. But the whole thing is there's no creativity from Arthur Smith, and these guys are mostly covered, and there's no space for separation. And that's why they can't. They had a couple opportunities to score in the red zone, and it's no creativity, man. It's just go run a route, and I'll try to throw it to you.
Okay.
Anything else? Anything else that you'd like to report from Cleveland?
Leave those coordinators where they're at, the offense and the defense. And as far as the report go, Tomlin can't get it done. And next week, that's it. If they don't stop King Henry, get ready for the NFL draft.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I kind of disagree with. So the defensive coordinator, I think the defense did what we really had to do. I mean, a lot of teams have hiccups in the first quarter.
It was the way they scored. It was too easy. It wasn't guys making great plays. It was guys wide open.
Dude,
that's the issue.
I'm gonna tell
wide
you
open.
The touchdown to Harold
Fanning Jr. Yeah.
That I don't know. It was a wounded duck for real.
Yeah, what was Kyle Duggar doing?
I don't know.
He had to see the ball. It's like he looked and then ran out of bounds. The guy got up and rolled into the end zone with a torn groin muscle. I mean, he could at least touch them down at the 1 yard line.
Right, but I'm just saying it's, it was just the pass itself.
Well, Lee, we'll let you go. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
All right, fellas. That's cool. No, I just say if you're relying and thinking that you're relying for number 4 to be in the offense and that's how you operate, or number 80, then you're not a good offensive coordinator. Offensive line gave him time.
Yep.
True.
It's the scheme with Arthur Smith.
Did it look like, when you were there, he played with a lot of happy feet, like worrying too much about Myles Garrett and that sack record?
He even he had time to throw, but he still continued to throw the back shoulder throw. I mean, how many seconds you need to throw that? 5?
Right.
Because he wasn't doing. He had time. He didn't. He rushed. He made a lot of poor throws, and y'all saw that at the end of the stretch.
Yeah.
Before that last drive.
Well,
worst game of the year for Aaron.
Well, Lee, we really appreciate you calling in live there from Cleveland. Go enjoy your buffet. You deserve it.
Yeah.
Where's it at? What buffet you at?
I'm at the casino buffet, Jack's.
Okay.
And I'm gonna spend some child support money while I'm here.
Hey, why don't you smuggle me back some prime rib?
Hey, don't lose too much at that table, Lee. Don't get set up, man.
Well, I'm these people are happy like they won a Super Bowl, but good for them.
I know they are.
And the last thing I'm gonna say before y'all go, I guess Shador said, "Well, Tomlin, this is why you should have drafted me."
Oh.
All
right, Lee.
We can do
Lee.
Have a safe trip back,
right,
bro.
fellas.
Appreciate the call.
All right, I will, man.
All right.
All right, thank you, Lou.
All right, thanks, Lee.
fellas.
All right, that was Lee calling in from Cleveland. He was there at the game, enjoying his time at the buffet. I know we missed a call from, looks like Mr. Tracy. If you want to call back in, we are now off with Lee. I also we have looks like Aaron Rodgers and
don't answer their calls, man. We don't want to hear from them.
Okay.
Tracy's back.
And yeah, it looks like he's back. All right, Tracy, can you hear us?
You there, caller?
Tracy, are you here?
All right. All right, we'll work that out. Let's play the press conference with, and I believe Aaron Rodgers is going to be first, and then and Hayward's going to be second. 1 second. Okay, 1 second, we'll get this teed up.
What? While you getting this teed up, man, Aaron Rodgers, maybe when you're playing as bad as you are, you shouldn't be yelling at all the coordinators and other players. I mean, offense was playing bad, and you might have been playing the worst at all of them. I mean, the camera's always catching them yelling at players, yelling at coordinators. As a player, sometimes that could wear on you. You know what I'm saying?
And you're right.
And I'm wondering, is there going to be a little Aaron Rodgers fatigue setting in with all that yelling? I mean,
Wow.
yeah, he's doing his thing. Let's hear what he has to say.
Yeah, let's hear what he has to say. I'll say one thing: winning cures all.
Right.
Not everything.
Aaron, with so much at stake and a chance to clinch division, you surprised that guys came out and played as you did?
Played like what? Played what?
I'd say you played as you did, you struggled offensively.
They got a good defense, but yeah, we didn't execute very well on third downs. I didn't have a very good game, and I didn't run the ball early like we wanted to, and pretty bad on third down.
How significant was Darnell's absence against the play?
Yeah, Darnell's a big part of what we do.
How impacted was just what you wanted to do by the absences you had in terms of DK Metcalf and Calvin and Darnell?
Yeah, those are three impact players for us, but got a lot of confidence in the guys that fill those roles.
I don't.
Aaron, you said in the last couple, was there a wrong route in those second and third down plays on the last series, and then I assume on the last play, interferences with you?
That was definitely interference. I'll have to look at the film on the second and third down.
What did you see on that throw to Scotty on 4th and 1?
One-on-one.
What needs to change between now and whenever you play next week, if anything?
Not much, just got to execute better.
Anyone else?
Aaron, when you let go of an opportunity like that to clinch, how is it to bounce back? You got one more shot.
I mean, it's not difficult. That's our job. We're playing all 17.
When you play the Browns, I mean, how much is it finding that balance of trying to limit Garrett, but at the same time still getting it going?
We had the similar game plan as the first time. We just executed better in the first game.
How much was it in the back of your mind and in the back of the O-line's minds that Garrett was 1 sack away from that record?
You got to ask them. It wasn't on my mind.
Any communication with DK ahead of this game when he's out?
I'm not going to share that with you.
As a leader here, and there's other older leaders in this team, how important is it for you guys to kind of quickly turn the attention to what's still at stake and a chance to still win the division next week?
Yeah, win or lose, that's what you do. You move on to the next game.
You talked about nothing easy to bounce back. You guys have kind of already done that once you have some adversity. Does that make it a little bit easier to have confidence in your ability to do it again?
I have full confidence we'll go home and win next week.
Anyone else? Is Marquez a guy you just have the most confidence in throwing the ball 3 times in the end zone there? Or what
Marquez? Yeah, I do.
And what gives you that confidence you guys are going to be able to right the ship next week?
Because we've done it all season. We've handled adversity well, and when we had to play our best ball, we did, other than today.
All right.
We're on mute. JT, I know you got something to say about that.
Well, the first thing I can say is, when Aaron Rodgers is done with football, he has a career after football. You know what that is?
What's that?
Is it me or does he sound like Robin Williams, man?
Robin,
He sounds just like Robin Williams when he was doing his interview.
I didn't get that, JT.
You probably don't know Robert Williams.
I know Robert Williams. Come on, man.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
He ain't said nothing like Robert Williams.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. I'm telling you, dude. I'm a comedian. I know.
You got to go back and watch Miss Doubtfire or something again.
No, but that
man.
Miss Doubtfire, he had to talk like a woman. I'm talking about.
He did. Well, one thing we can agree on, he was just as smug as ever.
Yeah, he
during
was.
that interview. I mean, he was classic Aaron Rodgers.
But what did he say he wasn't going to share?
I'm not going to share that.
What did he say?
I couldn't hear the question.
Yeah, I couldn't hear the
it was
But
tough
he was
to
just
hear.
smug Aaron Rodgers. You know, you played like crap. You can give, and I wanted somebody to really get on him about going to MVS. Those
did. Somebody said something.
Yeah,
right
but they didn't really get on it. What about more? They needed to really grow. Why did you keep throwing to him against their best cornerback, who's a Pro Bowler? Were there other matchups you thought about going to? Or it seemed like you had, but they wouldn't do it because they didn't want to get the pushback. But as an interviewer, you need to ask that question. They asked Tomlin that. I wanted them to ask that to Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, and it's, you could kind of read the room too.
Yeah.
In that moment, like, what's he gonna give you? One word answer. And because I felt confident in it, or it's.
I could see if it was close, but none of those passes were close to being completed.
No, they were.
So maybe go somewhere else.
Right.
I know that's your guy. You got him back into the league, but he was out the league for a reason. He was out the league for a reason, and they're not going to call interference against that guy.
All right, we have a caller. Hello, this is
Hey, how's it going, fellas?
What's going on? This is Pittsburgh's DSCN Black and Gold postgame show. Who are we talking to?
This is Andre calling from the DMV area.
Hey,
Dre, what's going on, Dre?
What's up, man?
What's going on?
My guy.
Yeah, no issues. I mean, y'all said pretty much everything that had to be said. I text Luther earlier in the day and said I had a bad feeling about this, like Han Solo, and the elephant in the room that y'all haven't discussed. We can talk about DK, which I agree. Talk about Arthur Smith, right? But in the end, it all comes back to MT. He was unleashing hell for a while in December, but he forgot December still had one more Sunday. Another playoff loss basically today. Then we have another playoff loss next week.
You already counting it?
Because that was a playoff loss, was it not?
It absolutely was.
Yeah, and a team that we shouldn't have lost to. Again, the D was a little watery in the beginning, but they did what they had to do. But like y'all said, there's no reason why he threw that much. I mean, MT should have said, just like the Ravens finally did, hey, we're going to run our workhorses. We have two of them 40 times, 50 times this game, and live and die by that. But there's just something where MT just comes up short in these big situations. He can't get his teams up. And again, I support him for a long time, but yeah, he just can't. I mean, I have no faith next week.
Yeah,
none.
Well, Dre, I know you're on the anti-fire Tomlin train. You're the captain of the ship right now. And next week may be a game where whoever loses is gone. Harbaugh was kind of on the hot seat, and Tomlin. Yeah. Whoever loses probably is not going to be here next year, more than likely. You agree? You agree with that one?
I don't see the Roonies ever firing Tomlin until his contract runs out, unless they can trade him. I can see Harbaugh going because they want Harbaugh out up here, but he just has to do something. There's no reason why we didn't run more. It's just frustrating when we have it right here. I was about to Zelle you the money for the game tickets later on tonight, Luther. I'm gonna put that money back in into my account.
So what do you think happens next week?
I think without DK, I don't think there's a hope. Like, I mean, their backup looked real strong yesterday, even though he only threw for like 140. He was efficient. He ran good on third downs. And then King Henry, I think we can slow him down, but we don't have anything to counter besides Moose, which I don't think they threw to him enough. He should have been targeted at least once out of those four down tries in the end zone.
Right.
It was just sinful that they went to. There was a reason why he's on the wires, because he can't come up big. I do think that was pass interference on the last pass, though.
Yeah,
obvious
I do too. But you know what? We had three other chances in that situation. You know, and like you said, we you know, one target before the last, you know, 2 targets to Muth, right? We had one other target throughout the game, or one other catch throughout the game. He's someone you gotta get going, you know, and 9 targets to MVS. You know, I don't know. I blame Aaron Rodgers for that.
Yeah, Dre, you give Tomlin a lot, but Aaron Rodgers played the worst game probably he has since he's been on the Steelers. Really, this is one of his worst.
Yeah, I don't know why he threw. Yeah, that was second worst. There's another one where he was real bad.
but he wasn't even close. He wasn't even close to a lot of these receivers this game. You know what I mean? So that,
I think
that
a lot of
was my
times
question.
there was a couple times where I think they ran the wrong route. That's where, because when you see him barking, he's expecting you to be somewhere else. So I do think they ran the wrong route. But no, he wasn't efficient as you would. But you have to find a way to get Muth the ball. He is besides DK, he's the only one I trust.
Well, I mean, you can trust Mount Washington's another guy you can trust.
Yeah, I don't trust his hands though.
You don't trust Washington's hands?
No, okay, he will catch two in a row, but you got to give him breaks in between. I'm not joking. He gets tired. Like once he gets to the end zone, like you see him. Like he'll catch 2 in a row, then you throw him a jump ball in the end zone, and he
has no legs.
He's like, I can't do it, guys. Like I can't, and I don't blame him. You just ran over 7 guys.
He's a 300-pound guy.
Exactly.
I mean, so you got to give him his breaks.
Exactly.
But
you gotta. He also can't. I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'll let you finish. Go ahead.
I was just saying the thing about Mount Washington, which I think why he hurt himself. He can't keep once he gets contact. He always goes down low, like you are. You are damn near 6'7", 300 pounds. You don't have to meet them at your level. You can run some guys over, but he keeps going down low, and that's where he got hit on his forearm because he's trying to initiate the contact. Just run these cats over.
Yeah, I mean,
did you say down there? I thought he was like already like 100 feet tall.
Yeah, I think those hits to the knees take a toll, Dre.
But you see, they know how to tackle.
Yeah, they're going low. I think he's, those hits to the legs and the knees. It's kind of rough. That's why he was jumping over guys earlier in the year. But one thing you have to admit, Ravens D is not the Browns D. We saw Willis drive up and down the field against the Ravens. I mean, against the Ravens last week. So Aaron Rodgers should be able to put up some decent numbers against the Ravens. It's just about slowing down King Henry. And we don't know if Lamar Jackson's going to be back or not. So it's I don't know. Let's hope A-Rod plays better.
Yeah. But hey, I appreciate y'all getting on, especially being this jolly after that loss. So much love to y'all. Success.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you for calling in. We appreciate you.
No worries.
Yep.
Take care now.
Absolutely. Ooh, I love callers. Come on. Keep calling in. Keep calling in.
We get any text messages?
No, we have not.
I'm surprised we haven't heard from Diva yet.
I know. Diva's helping us out on the back end though. Let's go around the NFL just really quick before we take a quick
what
break.
You need to know?
You want to give us some scores?
Okay, Jacksonville, who was fighting for the first round bye, or better yet, even a home game, upset. Well, not upset, but they beat Indianapolis 23-17. Tampa Bay, who has really went backwards, lost once again, and they lost to Miami. Okay, and here's the thing about that. Baker Mayfield, I think he had 3 or 4 turnovers in that game.
He's falling apart.
He did.
Falling apart.
After his injury, he really fell apart, yeah.
Seattle was beat Carolina at Carolina 27-10. Cincinnati just put up they just put it on Arizona 37-14. We have New Orleans upended Tennessee.
Oh, they came back.
34-26. Yeah, 34-26. Who else we have? The Jets. The what we thought they were. 42-10 loss to New England. So I think New England, does that solidify them?
Well, they're still fighting for the top seed as well.
Yeah.
So there's 3 teams: Denver, New England, and I think Jacksonville has a small chance to get in there as well.
Yeah, they clinched playoff, but I believe they have to wrap up their number 1 seed. I mean, they are. I can't believe we beat them. I mean, I know we had 5 turnovers in that game, but that's a huge win. But they are a serious team right now.
Well, they beat they beat a lot of bad teams. If you look at the strength of schedule, New England,
that's
they
better
beat a
than
lot.
losing to bad teams.
Yeah,
look what we
beat
did
them
today.
Yeah,
but if you're wondering, if you're not watching the game, Buffalo's playing at home against Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts just threw Dallas Goedert a 5-yard touchdown pass to take the lead over Buffalo 6-0, pending the extra point. And extra point is through, 7-0 Philadelphia.
All right, so let's go ahead and take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to hear from Cam Hayward, who spoke with the press just a moment ago. Again, this is Pittsburgh's DSEN Black and Gold post-game show, and we'll be back here in just a few moments. We'll see you in a minute.
Sunday gospel music from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. It will inspire you and have you praising the Lord. Then from 3 to 8 p.m., we bring you Sunday jazz melody for all the jazz lovers. Then cap off the night with The Quiet Storm from 8 to 11 p.m. to hear the best smooth, romantic, and soulful R&B sounds of yesterday and today. All that each Sunday on Pittsburgh's DSEN, the place for soul.
Pittsburgh, it's an old school party. Yes, each Saturday we throw it back with some of the best old school music, funk, R&B, old school, rap, hip hop, and all the jams that make you move and dance. Yes, check it out. Each Saturday right here on Pittsburgh's DSEN, all the old school jams, 6 to 11 p.m.
Pittsburgh, have you seen our Sunday radio schedule? Ooh, it is lit. Start the day off with our Sunday gospel music from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. It will inspire you and have you praising the Lord. Then from 3 to 8 p.m., we bring you Sunday jazz melody for all the jazz lovers. Then cap off the night with The Quiet Storm from 8 to 11 p.m. to hear the best smooth, romantic, and soulful R&B sounds of yesterday and today. All that each Sunday on Pittsburgh's DSEN, the place for soul.
Pittsburgh, it's an old school party. Yes, each Saturday we throw it back with some of the best old school music, funk, R&B, old school, rap, hip hop, and all the jams that make you move and dance. Yes, check it out. Each Saturday right here on Pittsburgh's DSEN, all the old school jams, 6 to 11 p.m.
Pittsburgh, have you seen...
Yeah, it's hard to get pumped up today.
Screaming that's not when I pulled off the line. That's not up in my town. When you see me, you know everything.
We are Pittsburgh's DSEN, and we are talking all things Pittsburgh Steelers. Part of the Black and Gold post-game show.
Yellow paint.
We are here for 3 hours.
Scared of it, but them pros ain't.
Talking about the
Soon
Steelers
as I hit the club, look at them whole face. Hit the pedal once, make the
we
floor
could have wrapped
shake.
it up today.
Sway inside, my engine roaring. It's the big boy, you know.
Not worrying, but we do it the Steelers way.
Always got to be hard.
Man,
it can't be easy.
It
can't be easy.
I don't remember a time where the Steelers just said, "We're gonna make this easy."
Right.
You know. I know we missed a call. What we're gonna do right now, you know, I'm waiting for the person to give us a call back. I'm gonna go ahead and tee up the Cam Hayward press conference, and while I tee that up, JT.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any updates? I know we just talked about around the NFL.
Yes. No. Well, that was the last update. Oh, there was another game in session right now, which is where are they at? The Raiders and the Giants are playing, and you see where I can find that at.
Sorry,
That's all right.
I didn't have the cameras on, so we were
The Raiders and the Giants, that's the toilet bowl, the official toilet bowl for the number one pick.
Oh.
Whoever loses is pretty much guaranteed to get the number one pick.
The Giants are up on the Raiders 14-3. And looking at the box score, if anybody's interested,
I am.
We have Devin Singletary, who scored on a 1-yard rush, and Jackson Dart, who also scored on a 12-yard rush.
He's still running the ball. Jackson Dart. He's not going to change his game at all.
And we have a caller calling in right now. Looks like Diva is going to be she is calling in. Diva, how are you?
What's up, fellas?
Hey, Diva. One of our biggest fans. Globally. Diva is on the line. What's going on? Did you watch the game? If you did, what did you think?
I'm pissed. Yeah, I watched the game.
Tell us how you really feel.
JT wouldn't have, oh my goodness, if JT wouldn't have said, Diva didn't call, I might not have called. I'm pissed. The game was terrible. It was sloppy. I was thinking we just had a great game last week that we were to keep the momentum, and we looked flat. We looked terrible. We had so many opportunities to win the game. I'm like, you know what? I should have just went to work. I should have just worked, not wasted my time watching the game. I'm telling you. So, fellas, where are we now? What's our status now? We haven't clinched.
Well, we have to win next week.
Have Baltimore.
Yeah, we have to win next week.
This easy.
Next week is a playoff game. They win, they move on. They lose, the season's over.
Yep.
That's pretty much how it is.
But let me clarify. I know Luther keeps saying it's a playoff game. It's not technically a playoff game. However, in our minds, it is a playoff game, right? So next week we play the Baltimore Ravens. Whoever wins that game wins the AFC North division. So if the Steelers win, Steelers go to the actual playoffs.
Yeah.
If the Ravens win, Ravens go to the playoffs. That's what the whole season has come down to right now. And we're battling for the fourth spot in the playoffs. So
with a 9 and whoever wins will be 9-8.
Yep.
So.
Absolutely. And after that, there's no other spots available. That is my understanding.
I think the closest team to us only has 6 losses in there. They would be a wild card.
Right. So Denver, obviously, they locked it up with 13-3. The Chargers are 11-5. Jacksonville's 12-4. Houston is 11-5. And then New England 13-3. And then Buffalo is 11-4. They're playing right now. So yeah, it's either us or the Baltimore Ravens going to the playoffs.
Right. Right.
All right. So my last question is, how did Baltimore look yesterday? Because I did not watch the game.
It's Baltimore.
I know Kevin watched the game and you guys did. How did they look last night?
Baltimore didn't look good. Derrick Henry looked good. And Green Bay looked bad.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry looked dominant. 216 yards, 4 touchdowns. So he's running on all cylinders right now. But their defense showed a lot of holes and weaknesses.
Yeah, and they played against a backup quarterback as well.
Right.
So Green Bay had their backup quarterback in. Green Bay's 9-6-1. And the game was 41-24 Baltimore Ravens. So they put up points.
Yeah, but they had some stupid turnovers. Like the one almost gave Malik Willis a concussion because it smacked him dead in his face mask. But put it this way, they neither one. Derrick Henry was the only thing that looked the only person that looked good in that game.
Yeah, and keep in mind, Tyler Huntley was the starting quarterback.
Right.
Yeah. Right?
It wasn't even Lamar.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson did not play. Who knows if he'll play? I mean, I imagine he probably might. Like, he might not play next week because of his injury.
I think he will play next week.
Okay.
Yeah. And well, I'll tell you what, I hope he does play.
Yeah, I do too, because we might be able. he's not running the same way he has been. So, yeah, so it's going to be, I mean, it depends on what Steelers team shows up next week. Will determine how that game goes.
I know. Well, this is what I'm going to do for next week's game. I'm going to have my pads ready because I'm getting in the game.
Okay.
You know, if those guys aren't going to play, I'm going to have to get in the game because they were not in the game today.
Now, do you feel
so
like,
I'm going to let you guys go.
Diva,
go ahead.
Diva,
Ken.
do you feel like you need to get in on the offensive side or the defensive side?
Offense.
I think I need to play both sides. I'm going to be like the Aliquippa pig.
All right, you can't be Travis Hunter now.
There's only one
Travis Hunter.
Hunter.
They play both sides. They play both sides and they win. So that's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to help Aaron, and then I'm going to have to help the defense. So I'm putting my pads on. That's what I'm going to do.
I like
and we may need you in New York because some of these questionable calls coming from the referees, you know, that
they leave a lot to be desired.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yep.
For sure.
Absolutely. Well, Diva, thank you
but
for
we can't control them, right? You know,
Right.
Tomlin always say, well, you know, the calls are the calls, but we need to do better. So those guys need to practice. When they get home today, they need to go to practice for a couple hours, watch some film, do something, and then start Monday at 8. You know, give them like the construction hours. Start 7 a.m., guys. Get out there in the bad weather, whatever.
Do you think they're taking the bus home, or do you think they're flying?
Oh gosh,
man.
Well, you know what? The way they play, they might need to be riding some tricycles.
There you go.
They might be on tricycles.
There you go.
I'm being serious, Luther.
Yeah.
I think it's
a bus.
Probably a bus. 2 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be like a 10-minute flight.
Right.
All right, Diva. Thank you so
JT,
much.
well, there's not going to be a. All right, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Diva.
Thank you.
Diva,
And happy holidays.
Happy New Year to you, darling.
yes.
All right. Happy holidays. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
It's always better when Diva calls
Oh,
in. She
always.
brightens the show, even on a terrible day like today.
I love her questions. You know, I know everyone wants to get their hot take across, but it's always refreshing when someone just calls and asks questions.
Right.
You know, even if it's not even relevant. I don't know why. Just makes the conversation flow so much better. All right, so let's tee up the Cam Hayward press conference. Right now, there's something happening over in the Bills and Eagles game right now. What's happening, JT?
Well, the Bills are moving the ball, but I mean it's not like they're moving it in big stretches. So they just went for a long bomb, but it brings up 3rd and 8. But they're in the territory of the Philadelphia Eagles at their 45.
Yeah, they had a bad turnover the first possession that set up the Eagles for a touchdown.
All right, here's Cam Hayward, who spoke with the media a few moments ago. We will go ahead and.
How disappointing is it to have a chance like that to clinch and not be able to do it?
Tough. You know, we had our opportunities. Offense, defense, special teams, we had some clear opportunities. But, you know, got to swallow that pill, go home, bring on Baltimore.
How tough is that pill to swallow, and what do you do to try to get everybody past and move on?
You know, the competitor in me is we lost this game. We lost a chance to clinch it today. But the competitor in me is like, bring it on. Baltimore's coming in. Winner takes all. You know, I have a lot of respect for those guys over there. But let's win it at home.
Yeah, do you feel like it puts unnecessary added pressure on the entire team this week to get it done next week?
What do you mean?
I mean, do you feel like there's going to be a lot more pressure this week rather than sit down?
It's pressure on everybody. I don't. We play in a professional league. There's pressure every week. If you're not ready for that pressure, and you feel like it's unwanted, I think you're in the wrong league. I think when you play in this, there's always going to be pressure.
Jim, is it hard to regroup after a disappointment like that?
No.
Kim is one of the leaders.
It seemed like you guys settled in more defensively in the second half. What kind of led to you guys finding more of a rhythm?
I thought we quit giving up the bonehead plays early. Giving up the touchdown, that's the difference in the game. We had a chance to play on the ball. We didn't. And then we controlled the line of scrimmage from there on out. But that's a lot of tough sledding against that team over there. They have a good defense as well. It was a battle for field position in the second half. Even at the end, we knew, we get off again, we can give ourselves another chance. I commend our guys for doing it. But all you ask for is a chance. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't.
As one of the leaders of this team, what would be your message to the group about how you expect them to respond to this?
It's for everything this week. You don't have to look around. You don't have to wait for somebody else to play. It brings you back to the high school ball where, everything's riding on every single game. And if you're a competitor and you understand this rivalry between Baltimore, this is what you want.
I think it's one win here since 18 for you guys. What is it about playing here in Cleveland? Is it that they get up for it more, or is it something about the intimacy of the rivalry?
Every game's different. It usually comes down to those opportunities, and we did not seize those enough. Field goal there, or converting on a fourth down. It's those moments, and you respect it. They got it done here. Hats off to them.
Yeah, and teams talk about, players talk about momentum in their favor. In light of the inspired football that the Ravens played, do you feel that the Steelers took a shot now as towards momentum?
We've had momentum. One game doesn't, get us off that train. We've been playing good ball as of late. There's still things we can hang our hat on. Stopping the run, turnovers, controlling the ball when we did on offense, and giving yourself a shot late. That's all you ask for. But momentum is one thing. Playing good ball is another thing.
You still like the position you're in, Cam? You still like the position you're in?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
might you?
Because we control our destiny. We don't have to look around. Week 18, ball's in our home court, and I expect our guys to be locked in, ready for this opportunity.
Cam, you mentioned turnovers earlier. You all had 2 interceptions today, and you didn't get a win, and that's unusual. How frustrating is it to win the turnover battle and not come away with a victory?
There's turnovers, and we miss some as well. If we're critical of our team, be critical of our defense, we had some clear opportunities to, see some more turnovers as well. We talk about taking care of the ball. We talk about taking the ball away. There was just missed opportunities we missed, and we don't have to search, high and low for them. They're very glaring.
Cam, how different of a run defense do you feel like you guys are now than when you played Baltimore last time?
We'll find out. We got our work cut out. I know that monster over there went for big yardage this past week, but we got to draw up a good game plan. Always comes down to accountability, gap integrity, getting off blocks, and seizing the ball when you got a chance.
All right, thanks, Kim.
Thank you.
All right, so that was Cam Hayward talking a lot. He had a lot of things to say. Shout out to our boy Kevin Cameron with a great question there. When we have turnovers, or when we create turnovers, and when we drive, turning the ball over, we typically see that turn into wins. Today, we had 2 turnovers created through interception by Jack Sawyer and Kyle Duggar. And we didn't see points come from those, right? And I think that goes back to the offense was just not clicking. Like something was off, and yes, I will point right at DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
I will point right at losing
Mount
Washington.
Yeah.
Losing, those are big pieces.
And Calvin Austin as well.
Yeah, Calvin Austin. Sorry,
Austin.
yep, good call there. I forgot
Yeah,
he was out
yeah.
today. And I think those are big pieces. And yes, it should be next man up. But those are very big pieces that we're missing, and it's hard to replicate a DK Metcalf type player. That's why you pay him $45 million in guaranteed money. So yes, it from the offensive side, yeah, but from the defensive side, how do you think they're walking away like that was our game? Like we set it up to, for the offense to close.
Yeah, they definitely put the offense in positions to win, and the offense didn't. One key missed turnover was that Nick Herbig missed interception.
Yeah,
that was an easy pick six. It was an ugly pass, but it looked like he had it. He was thinking about his touchdown dads before he secured it. That was a huge missed opportunity, and I think they get that, the game's over.
Yeah, I agree. And I don't want to be too hard on something like that, but it is one of those situations where, okay, you get that. That would have been a nice walk into the end zone.
Easy, yeah.
We've seen Joey Porter Jr. Have a couple of those too, this year, and a few people.
Hands of stone.
Absolutely.
Some of the times.
Absolutely. So we listened to Cam Hayward. He talked, about next week as well. We are in a situation where it's win or take all. Do the Steelers perform better in those situations? And I'm just thinking from a historical perspective, this team that we are putting on the field this year, do you think, psychologically speaking, we perform better in these situations?
I do. This year, when their backs have been against the wall, they have stepped up. We saw earlier they had a couple bad losses against Buffalo. Then they immediately went on a 3-game winning streak. Now they had a bad loss against the Browns. Can they duplicate that? If they can duplicate that,
a three-game winning streak put us in the championship game.
Exactly. So hopefully the Steelers, this is a wake-up call. The Ravens, they beat them before. It's going to come down to the wire. We already know that. But you got to stop Henry. He's on fire right now. The run defense has been a lot better. But can the offense do anything? The Ravens' defense is very basic, very suspect, as we saw last night. I just hope Arthur Smith is designing some better plays, because what they're running now, you can diagnose it before the play's even there.
Well, it's execution as well, right? I mean, our wide receivers combined 21 targets, 8 catches for 60 yards, and 1 conversion on 8 third and fourth down targets.
And one wide receiver who got no targets was Roman Wilson.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the youngest, fastest, healthiest receiver on the field. Can he get one look? I mean, if you throw the ball 39 times, why not give this guy one look?
Yep.
I don't get it. He's definitely in the doghouse, not only with Tomlin, evidently with Aaron Rodgers as well. Freiermuth runs great patterns. He has great hands. He needed those targets that MVS was getting.
Yeah.
And where was Smith at the very end? Johnny Smith. Where was he at the very end of the game?
Him and Freiermuth should have been the main targets at the end of the game. Period.
Yeah.
I mean, period.
MVS does. He doesn't have separation. His hands look suspect since he's been back. I don't know why Aaron Rodgers continued to try to force the ball to this guy.
And we've. Like Kevin brought up, 2 interceptions, right?
Yeah.
So we won the turnover battle, right? We also very rarely do we win the
time of
possession and total plays, right?
Right.
We've been getting crushed this year.
Yeah.
But total plays, we played 65 to 50, 15, additional plays than they had. That's a big deal. It only resulted in about 29 more yards than the Browns had. But, yards per play, 4.5 to the Browns, 5.2. Passing, 160 yards to their 184 yards. They had 7.4 yards per pass to the Steelers' 3.9.
Wow.
yards
And
per
that goes to
pass.
what you always saying. He was getting rid of the ball so early to prevent the sacks.
Absolutely.
Those are, so that's easy for a defender. They knew they couldn't go deep. They knew they were throwing quick. It just works against you.
Yeah, it does. But, and then on the flip side of that, on the ground, we ran the ball 24 times for 131 yards. The Browns ran the ball 25 times for 78 yards. So, we averaged 5.5 yards per attempt. Really healthy numbers there. But we got away. We got away from it. And that's what happens when you're behind. Looks like we did win the time of possession by about less than a minute. So special teams, we unfortunately Boz missed that field goal. Can't blame him on the loss. Penalties, we had 4 for a total of 34 yards. The Browns had 6 for a total of 45 yards. So, we our offense lost this game today.
I'm gonna tell you how good I think our defense played, and this is we'll sum it up as far when it comes to Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders ended up with 186 yards passing. During the second drive, he had over 100 yards. Because I said something to my wife at home. I said, I can't believe this. 2 drives, he has over 100 yards already.
Right.
So they basically shut everything down because they only had 70-some yards rushing. But to lose in that fashion, when you shut a team down, they shut them down after the first 2 drives. And
that coincides with them losing their tight end, Fanning Jr.
Yeah.
He caught that touchdown. That was the last time that he was on the field. So it made it a lot easier as well.
Because Judy looked like he was about to have a game.
Right.
At the beginning of the game, he was kind of tearing us apart, and then like you said, after Fanning, after that touchdown, it was kind of like, whew.
It dropped completely.
But Judy got us last year in Cleveland for almost over 200
Oh,
yards.
yeah. Jameis Winston was firing bombs to him last year. You're
Absolutely.
right.
Judy was 5 for 54. And
those it seemed like those came on those first 2 possessions. Because every time it was a third down, he would catch them across the middle and hit them with a deep out. So the defense, like you said, after those first 2 possessions, they were strong.
Yep.
Offensively, the red zone was a problem. All this year, the Steelers were one of the best at finishing in the red zone. Today, they just didn't have it. Running, passing. I didn't like their play calls. I didn't like the selection, and Aaron Rodgers was just off, and I thought they relied on him too much with him being off. And with the conditions, it was a wet ball, it's cold, it's windy. Run the ball.
Well, and that makes a really good point. Like, I felt like our red zone offense today was just it wasn't pretty. Like,
it was horrible.
It
was horrible. It was disjointed.
MVS was a mess. I did not like it at all. We're missing wide open receivers.
Is that what? Maybe Aaron Rodgers didn't want them to sub him out.
And
I wish they would have subbed him out so he would have looked somewhere else for those that last drive because he wasn't open at all. That's Denzel Ward over there. He's a Pro Bowler, perennial Pro Bowler. You got to go away from him. Go after Campbell or anyone else other than Denzel Ward.
Do you and I think we can make this a little bit fun, but any offensive game balls you want to give out today?
You know what? I would say Dylan Cook, but that illegal motion penalty was huge against her. But hey, no sacks against Myles Garrett, and you're a rookie.
He was getting a lot of help.
He was getting a lot of help, but sometimes he was matched up one-on-one. He would get help, but he was holding his own, and Aaron Rodgers was getting rid of that ball quick, too.
Tell you what, Dylan Cook's been holding his own for the past few games, and I actually question if that's going to impact our boy
Broderick Jones.
Yeah, like how does that impact Jones next year? He's up for You know,
extension,
his
yeah.
50-year option as well. It's something.
Do you think they would pick? Would you pick it up? Do you think they will pick it up?
I don't know.
I believe they will. I mean, usually with your first round picks, you give them every opportunity to succeed. I believe they will. But the way Dylan Cook is playing,
yeah, I don't think Dylan Cook has the pedigree.
But
though.
he doesn't, right?
Yeah,
But he's playing excellent. He's playing excellent.
I think he is.
How many guys don't have the pedigree to succeed?
I agree. No, I agree. But I think the sample size is too small for them to go all in.
Right.
I think they may give him the 50-year option and.
Has he allowed a sack since
and let them compete? I don't think so.
No, he hasn't.
That's what.
He
See,
hasn't.
okay. Well,
Yeah, that's the thing. So you let Broderick and Dylan compete.
But he has maybe one or two penalties that were.
Right.
So I'm very pleased with what he's doing on that left side.
And you figure he's the third left tackle, third string left tackle, brought up from the practice squad.
Right.
Not too long ago, he was a quarterback.
Well, I'll tell you another thing too is. With him playing right now the way he's playing, he's auditioning for his future, and he's doing a hell of a job.
Yeah. Absolutely. So yeah, I like that call. I actually had him in mind because I think he stopped the whole record or sack record from Myles Garrett. That's a big deal. In this game, it's not a big deal. We should have won this game.
Yeah.
That's the conversation right now. JT, would you give any offensive game balls out?
I don't know.
Okay. I like it.
He said none.
No.
I like it. Absolutely.
But you think about it, that offensive line was they kept Aaron Rodgers clean for the most part. Those sacks that he did get, it was Aaron Rodgers' happy feet.
Oh, I agree. I mean, if I had to give one, I would probably give it to the offensive line, and not just one person. Just for the simple fact is, we ran for 50-some yards.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that would be my game ball. Would be the offensive line as a whole, but not a single person.
Okay.
And I agree with you. I think outside of that, I can't give it to Aaron Rodgers. You can't give it to the running game. You can't give it to the receivers, right? So that I agree. I think offensive line was the only thing that stood out from the defensive side. What do you think from the defensive side?
Well, I mean, of course, the obvious one is Highsmith. He was all over the field. He stopped. He caused one interception, got another sack. He just missed a few others. He got a couple holding penalties called against the tackle. So I would, of course, you have to give it to him. I say Highsmith.
How about you, JT?
Well, you might not agree with me, but I'm going to give my defensive game ball to Highsmith, of course, but I'm going to give my defensive game ball to Terrell Austin for making the adjustment. And like I said, after the first quarter, he held him to 80 yards passing. And how many yards rushing did they have? Did you say 50-some?
I'll tell you right now. Total passing, rushing, 78.
So that's what I'm saying. I think Terrell Austin has done what nobody's given him credit for. I mean, think about it. We won, 4 in a row? Right? And coming into this game, I mean, they went down 10-0, but he made the adjustment. And, I mean, our defense put us in a position to win. Now, those last 3 points, I blame those on Aaron Rodgers in the offense. They had 3 incomplete passes.
4.
I mean, yeah, 4. 4. Excuse me, you're right.
4 in a row.
4 in a row, and they gave him the ball at the 20-yard line, right? So, I give my defensive ball to Terrell Austin and definitely Highsmith.
I like that. I think our linebackers, right? I think overall, Jack Sawyer stepping in for T.J. Watt. I know. Oh my gosh!
Kyle Duggar?
Nick Herbig.
Oh, Nick Herbig.
I know he's still not 100%. You can tell he's not 100% out there.
That should have been a pick six.
It should have been.
Should have been.
But right now, I think I'm just going to give a nice, it might be the mini ball. You know, the mini game ball. Might not be a full-size ball, but I'm going to give it to Jack Sawyer because, heck of a job out there.
1 pick, 1 tackle, but he was around. He's shown a lot of improvement.
Yeah, he's stepping up. He's never going to be like a super splash player like a TJ Watt. He's not going to be. But I like what he's doing right now.
They call him 5-star.
Yeah.
I think he has potential, man. He has that winning pedigree coming from Ohio State. And he's always around the ball.
I was just going to say that. He's always
the ball
around the
gets
ball.
tipped, he's right there.
Will TJ Watt be back next week?
He will be back next week. I'm going on the record. He could have.
I don't think he misses this game.
Yeah, he could have played today. He could have played today because he practiced a few.
Practices, yeah.
But Tomlin said he wanted him to have a full week of practice. And dealing with that lung, you got to be kind of careful. But he's going to do everything he can to play next week. He has to make his imprint on that game. The $40 million man has to make his imprint on that game. Make life miserable for Lamar Jackson
or Huntley
and Derrick Henry.
Yeah, that's how many games have we seen TJ Watt go absolutely nuclear on the Baltimore Ravens? We absolutely need him to have a game. But first off, we need him to get healthy.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing. I don't want him on that field if he is not 100%. Messing with your lung or something like that.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Yeah, that is absolutely not worth it. So do we want to talk about, I know Kevin, he's going to be calling in here in about 15 minutes.
Okay.
Let's take a break really quick. When we come back, we are going to talk about the Steelers.
Are we going to grade see who we're going to give the game balls to in special teams?
Yeah. We'll talk special teams.
Yeah.
And then we will we'll talk about the next week's game against Steelers and Ravens and how important that is going to be. But after our show tonight, please continue to listen to Pittsburgh's DSEN for the best of soulful music. Then The Quiet Storm from 8 to 11 p.m. And set a schedule for Soul Take. Tuesdays from 6 to 8 p.m. You will see familiar faces on Soul Take. Also, join us on Pittsburgh's DSEN Cruise November 7th through 14th. That is November 7th through the 14th, 2026. Get info on our website. You can find us at pghDSEN.com. You can go there to find the radio station. You can listen live there. You can find our links to YouTube and all of our social platforms. But that is pghDSEN.com. And we will be right back after these messages.
In our Sunday radio schedule, ooh, it is lit. Start the day off with our Sunday gospel music from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. It will inspire you and have you praising the Lord. Then from 3 to 8 p.m., we bring you Sunday jazz melody for all the jazz lovers. Then cap off the night with The Quiet Storm from 8 to 11 p.m. to hear the best smooth, romantic, and soulful R&B sounds of yesterday and today. All that each Sunday on Pittsburgh's DSEN, the place for soul.
Pittsburgh, it's an old school party. Yes, each Saturday we throw it back with some of the best old school music, funk, R&B, old school, rap, hip hop, and all the jams that make you move and dance. Yes, check it out. Each Saturday right here on Pittsburgh's DSEN. All the old school jams, 6 to 11 p.m.
Pittsburgh, have you seen our Sunday radio schedule? Ooh, it is lit. Start the day off with our Sunday gospel music from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. It will inspire you and have you praising the Lord. Then from 3 to 8 p.m., we bring you Sunday jazz melody for all the jazz lovers. Then cap off the night with The Quiet Storm from 8 to 11 p.m. to hear the best smooth, romantic, and soulful R&B sounds of yesterday and today. All that each Sunday on Pittsburgh's DSEN, the place for soul.
Pittsburgh, it's an old school party. Yes, each Saturday we throw it back with some of the best old school music, funk, R&B, old school, rap, hip hop, and all the jams that make you move and dance. Yes, check it out. Each Saturday right here on Pittsburgh's DSEN, all the old school jams, 6 to 11 p.m.
Pittsburgh, have you seen our Sunday radio schedule? Ooh, it is lit. Start the day off with our Sunday gospel music from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. It will inspire you and have you praising the Lord. Then from 3 to 8 p.m., we bring you Sunday jazz melody for all the jazz lovers. Then cap off the night with the Quiet Storm from 8 to 11 p.m. to hear the best smooth, romantic, and soulful R&B sounds of yesterday and today. All that each Sunday on Pittsburgh's DSEN.
You know what it is. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Yeah, you know what it is. Everything I do it big. Yeah, screaming that's not when I pulled off the lot.
Right.
That's
This is Ken Craig.
When you see me, you know everything. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow.
Pittsburgh DSEN Black and Gold Post Game Show. I'm here with Luther Dupree, JT Taylor, and our man, the one, the only, Kevin Cameron. Can you hear us, Kev?
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, loud and clear.
Excellent. What's up, fellas?
Hey, what's up, Kev?
What's going on?
All right, hey, I've just been listening to the program. You all are doing a fantastic job. The only complaint that I know, right? The only complaint outside of the game that I have with the post game show, we could only play that black and yellow song with the victory. We need to find a different song.
I know, and that's what we said, and that's what, whenever it came on, I was like, I can't even get pumped up. I can't even get fired up.
Yeah.
So we definitely need to find a
mellow yellow, mellow yellow. That's how they played mellow.
Yeah.
So how something else.
So we talked to, we had a caller who called in a little bit ago, who was there at the game and gave us some insight.
Is that right?
Yeah. One of Luther's connections, Lee. Called in and told us kind of what the feeling was like there, and but
cool.
Yeah, give us some insight. What's happening? What do you know? And before you say anything, we did give you a little shout out because your question to Cam was phenomenal.
I heard that.
Yep.
Yeah, I heard that. I was listening. Appreciate that. Fellas.
But you know you're a little bit too small to be asking them questions you don't want to hear.
Hey, I'm in the back, JT. I'm in the back.
Yeah, that's right. You got a quick exit. Yeah.
I have chairs and everything I can throw in front, to do what I got to do.
Right.
I'm from Quip, man. I find a way. But check this out, fellas. I give praise where praise is warranted, and I give tough critique when it's needed too. Aaron Rodgers lost that game, fellas.
Thank you.
Aaron Rodgers.
Absolutely.
And Boswell, that dude is money.
Yeah.
And one of the critical plays, Aaron Rodgers, and I'm actually driving, trying to get out of Cleveland. I come up to Cleveland and I try not to stay too long.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Drive fast.
So, yeah, I'm trying to get out of here. All right. So my point is, I think, and I'm trying to go from memory, I think it was like 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. The Steelers were driving. Aaron Rodgers had like a 3rd and 14, I think it was. 3rd and 14.
Right.
What does he do? The last thing you can do is take a sack.
Right.
Take a sack.
Okay, it's take a sack. And that was actually, I believe, right after the Duggar interception. The Steelers drove the ball down. We had an offside on that series, if I'm not mistaken, by Cook. So yeah, we still had a chance to get 3 on that particular drive.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, we should have done the tush push there at 3rd and 1, and we didn't do the tush push. And I might be getting the series mixed up. But the bottom line, what I'm getting to on the 3rd and 14 play, with 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter, you can't take a sack.
Yeah.
Okay? So it was a 54-yard field goal. It was the win. Or can you all hear the directions? I'm not sure.
No,
No,
I mean,
we
we can't
can't.
hear anything. You're fine.
Okay.
We're good.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, so it was a 54-yard field goal, but it was a 5-yard on the sack. Okay, it was on the windy part of the field.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't take that sack, now it's a 49-yard field goal. And I think Chris Boswell would have made a 49-yard field goal. So that's one reason I blame it on Aaron Rodgers of it as well. Come on, man. 3 times to Valdez Scantling?
Right.
You have to be kidding me. The whole drive, you got down there as a result of Scotty Miller, fantastic catch over the middle, as well as Pat Frymuth.
Frymuth, yes.
Yeah. And then when it was time, when it was time to get a TD, you don't look for those guys. As a matter of fact, on the last throw, Pat Frymuth, on that 4th down play, Pat Frymuth threw his hands up in the air in the end zone. Was like, I was open.
Yeah.
And, no, go ahead.
I was going to say, and Gainwell was wide open.
Like at the 2-3 yard line.
Yeah, right in the middle of the field.
Yeah, it just seemed like he was just forcing it into MVS against their best corner. Ward is going to the Pro Bowl for a reason. So they're going to let him get away with more than they would, maybe one of their other cornerbacks. But he's their best. So go somewhere else.
Yeah.
I don't understand why Frymuth is not used as much. I mean, when you need him, he's always there. He got him down the field. They should have been using him all game. I mean, the fact he only had a few targets and most of them came on that drive is inexcusable. I've been saying that all year.
Yeah, and another thing, too. You dressed Roman Wilson. Why did you even dress him if you weren't going to use him?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if the quarterback doesn't have the trust in him, I'm sorry. He should be inactive like he was the last couple games.
Right. And I think the defense even knows he's not going to throw him the ball. Hey, he didn't even look his direction.
How do you think whatchamacallit felt when they called his name Devin Bush?
Devin Bush had 9 tackles.
Yeah.
He played his behind off. And a forced fumble.
Yeah, he had a game today.
Yeah. And then, on both of those interceptions, though, I was thinking, come on, score. I was hoping that the defense could score because the offense was having a problem scoring.
Right.
Yeah. And there were, all in my notes, I just had missed opportunities. Even in the first half, I think Cleveland went to it, which I'm not sure why they went for a 4th and 6. And they couldn't get a 4th and 6. So we took over on down, and the Steelers couldn't do anything with taking over that possession. And you all talked about the missed interception by Herbig. He would have walked into the end zone.
Yeah.
That was huge.
Rough.
That was huge.
Now what happens, fellas, the Baltimore Ravens, they're rejuvenated, okay? They take all the momentum into the game coming up here, and I guess we'll find out. I would think we'll find out later tonight at the earliest what day that game will be and what time.
Yeah, they'll probably flex that in the prime time, I'm sure.
Oh, you best believe
that's
it.
what I'm.
Yeah.
That's what I'm expecting, but I'm not sure if that'll be a Saturday game or a Sunday game. And then what you all touched on, and JT, I got a bone to pick with you, bruh. I got a bone to pick with you, man, because your boy, number 14, let us down. No, number 4. He's number 4, right? Metcalf?
Metcalf.
You ain't got a bone to pick with me. I got a bone to pick with him.
Yeah, we all do.
But y'all gonna have to come with me, though. That's a big dude.
You're right.
He's
you're
not
right.
wrapped too tight. He'll snap in a minute. He's a crash
you're
out.
right about
Hey, look, dude he snapped on dude with blue hair. I ain't got no hair. So everybody wants to see the punch.
Luther, your analysis of the game, just listening, I was shaking my head because I basically agree with everything you said from a game breakdown standpoint.
I appreciate that. Listen,
I'm not sure if that's a compliment. If you're agreeing with Kev, that might not be a compliment.
Smartest man in the house. What was the feeling? What was the feeling in the locker room? I know they're upset, but we heard Cam. He said, "Hey, everything's on the table next week. We're at home." And what sense?
We're in Baltimore.
Yeah. We're not in Baltimore. We're at Pittsburgh. What was the sense you felt?
Yeah, the feeling in the locker room was we let it get away. Disappointed, let opportunities, those missed opportunities, get away. This is going to be tough to bounce back from. I think the Steelers can bounce back from it, but they're making it real tough. But that's the biggest thing from a feeling standpoint. I think they felt as though it was a missed opportunity, this game here. As a side note, it was great seeing primetime Deion Sanders, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I saw him outside of the locker room.
You saw him and the 20-year-old he's with. Yeah, prime times. He's still prime time.
His big cowboy hat.
Oh yeah.
He was outside the room, but it was good.
JT, stop. Hey, JT.
He's a cornball.
There'll be no Deion Sanders.
Man, he's a cornball.
Slander on this.
He's a cornball.
He's one of the goats. He's one of the goats, JT.
He is one of the goats.
But he's still a cornball.
How's he a cornball? Because he got a cowboy hat on?
Didn't I say this is a show that is based on opinion?
I'm asking.
And my opinion is I don't want to waste my time talking about that cornball.
JT is a prime-time Deion Sanders fan, but
okay.
It was great seeing him, more especially with some of the...
You should have took a picture to send it to JT.
Of him hanging with LeBron.
Right? I know. Hey, but check this out. I know we'll break down the game on Tuesday during Soul Take, and everyone, that's 6 to 8 p.m. Put it on your schedule. One of the things that the Steelers will benefit from, that they couldn't benefit from today, that can make a big difference, fellas, pressure on Aaron Rodgers. I heard you all talk about that a little bit. Even though, how many sacks did Cleveland have? 2, 3?
Well, Alex Wright had the one, and wasn't it Bush?
I think it was 2. Because
let me tell you right now.
The safety, hold on, I'm looking it up right now.
Okay. But
yeah, it was 2 for
regardless of how
8. It was 2 sacks for -8 yards.
Yeah, we had Alex Wright had one, and
Del Pitt, the cornerback.
Randolph, yeah.
Okay, so they had 2 sacks.
Right.
And Myles Garrett only had 1 solo tackle.
Yeah, and that's where I'm going. They were really concerned with Myles Garrett wrecking the game. They rolled extra protection his way, and they ran away from him when they could and did some other things. With Baltimore has a problem rushing the passer.
True.
So if the Steelers could get their pass game straight now without DK Metcalf. I think that could work in the Steelers' benefit. Unfortunately, what I have stuck in my head, straight Draymond Green. And sorry if I'm a little choppy too, fellas. I'm trying to follow these directions out of Cleveland too. But yeah, Draymond Green, when he got suspended during the championship game, I think it was Golden State against Cleveland Cavaliers.
When he threw that low blow at LeBron. And they suspended him.
And as a result of his suspension, the Cavaliers were
Kyrie
able
Irving
to come
took
back
over.
They were able to come back and win the series. And with DK Metcalf being suspended these 2 games, that stuck in the back of my mind from the beginning when that 2-game suspension came down.
I was hoping they would reduce it to 1 game. I was like, at least give them 1 game. But they did upheld to 2 games, and it's huge. We're seeing the lack of explosion. Or it didn't look like the receivers had much separation at all, any of the receivers.
Yeah.
Did it look that way live as well? No separation. The patterns are just, the defenders were right there.
Yeah. Well, I didn't have a good chance to look at it from that perspective, looking at it live.
Okay.
However, I think I heard Ken talk about the number of targets to wide receivers and the number of receptions. That says a whole lot.
Yeah,
sure.
MVS, there's no reason why he should be leading with 9 targets.
That's
where you see Muth with 3. 2 of those targets came in the last drive.
Yeah, I think Denzel Ward definitely had the advantage there.
Right.
They're going to have to come up with a better plan. And now I'm not sure if you all heard, but did you all hear that Washington has a broken arm?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you can play with a broken arm in the Cavs, right?
He can't catch.
I'd rather have him blocking.
Yeah.
If he can play.
Wow.
Let's put it that way. Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
you can have him blocking, but he's not a passing threat. So
Right.
that doesn't help you, from an offensive standpoint, fooling the defense.
I'll put those sticky gloves on and have him go out there. I think he could still catch one.
1 hand. You only need 1 hand to catch. Jeez.
But, the Steelers have 5 tight ends on their roster anyway, counting
Hayward.
Connor Hayward.
Yeah.
So, of course, Washington is a big weapon. Sorry to see that he might be down, and then you have Calvin Austin. I'm not sure if Calvin Austin will be back for the next game.
Yeah, he has a hamstring, right? Correct. I think he's still dealing with a hamstring injury.
They said he's going. They said he's going to be out for a while. So I don't even think you look for him to come back this year.
Who said he will be out for a while?
That's what they said on TV.
Okay.
I'm sorry. When I was listening to the radio on the way up here is when they said it, but they said something about he's been out or he's out and he's going to be out for a while. That's what they said on the radio, the Steelers station.
Man, they're getting some bad injuries late.
And fellas, if you all remember our discussion we had as well, and it's actually hurting the Steelers right now. Go all the way back to the trade deadline.
Yep.
We were continuing to talk. The Steelers need a number 2 wide receiver.
Absolutely.
The Steelers need a number 2 wide receiver.
What did I say? And Ken, I said if anything whatsoever happens to DK Metcalf, you can put a fork. Yeah, you can put a fork in this.
And we're seeing it now.
We're experiencing it.
And we all agreed with that. And that's where I was going. I mean, it puts the team in a very tough situation.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough next week.
And I said this, and I said this. And I'm look, I'm a DK fan, but that was just uncalled for what he did. But if the Steelers lose this week coming up next week, I could see them going away from Mike Tomlin and DK Metcalf. And the reason why I say this, Kev, before you say anything, is because he's in a position where he's already forfeited his guaranteed money. So if you let him go, now you retain all the money you gave him, and you can go out and hit the free agent market and get somebody who's not going to be, a
crash out.
Oh yeah, whatchamacallit? What's the play? They have the volcano ready to explode. It's getting ready to erupt.
Yeah,
we won't be dealing with that.
Well, if they do it, they better have somebody already in place.
Right. Well, I'm saying at the end of the season, because won't nothing happen until March, but when free agency starts. But I could see them. I could see them doing that, and I could see, the rest of the team not having a problem with it for real.
I would not doubt that whatsoever, JT. But
I don't see that.
I would say if they're going to do it, okay, they need to have 2 wide receivers in place, not just one.
Well,
they need to have 2.
With the money that you would be retaining from letting him go, then you will have that. You will have the funds, and you just got to look at the class of free agency. That's all.
Well, you'll have the money available.
Yeah, but
okay.
is it an attractive place for a receiver if you don't know about the quarterback position? So there's a lot of variables, JT.
You can say that. You can say that throughout the years of the NFL, but
this year especially because of Aaron Rodgers. There's no guarantees coming back. And then Arthur Smith's offense. That's one of the reasons the receiver Jacoby Myers didn't want to come here.
I don't think he'll be here either. I think he's the first one to go.
Who? Aaron Rodgers?
No, Arthur Smith.
Arthur Smith. Okay, possibly. Yeah. I hope so because I think he's doing a bad job. Who
was it that said it reminded me of Matt Canada's offense?
I think that was Lee, the first call he said that.
Right.
It was pretty bad.
JT, Arthur Smith is not going anywhere unless he decides to leave.
Okay.
Next year.
Oh,
I know you said that.
Okay.
Right.
Come on. I hope you're wrong on that.
Come on.
You got to be
wrong. No. Hold on, fellas. Hold on. If I tell you, and I'm trying to give a good analogy, right? If I tell you that I have a payroll of $100,000 for my business, and it's been that way for 50 years, right? Payroll of $100,000 for 50 years. The next year, you would expect for me to have a payroll of $100,000. So my point is, Arthur Smith still has time on his contract, fellas. The Steelers do not let coaches go when they're under contract.
They didn't let Matt Canada go?
Yeah, he was the only one they've ever done that with.
Okay, so don't sit up there and say they won't do it.
That's my point. Well, you always have your exceptions. I'm saying the norm. Okay, overwhelmingly.
Yeah, Luther said it. Was it Luther that said there was nothing that they did that was, what was it in there?
Yeah, you could diagnose it before they even ran it.
Yeah,
there was nothing.
How was it you put it? They would have nothing that stood out or
right.
Man, he's gone, Kev. Mark what I said.
No.
I don't believe he'll be back either.
That's not right. That's not right. That's one point I disagree with. I thought that
you're allowed to disagree.
I sure. I think the handoff.
Stop resisting.
Well, I'll say that if they put up another 6 points against the Ravens, he's definitely gone. But I think they're moving on from Arthur Smith after this season.
Oh, hold on.
I agree with you, JT.
Well, Luther, if I were a bet man, I would bet you as much as I could. Because again, fellas, they haven't done it in they did it one time in 50 years.
And that was recent. So maybe they're changing. They did it with Matt Canada, the coordinator, right before Arthur Smith. So I can see him doing it again. I mean, the offense does not look great.
Kev, just to clarify, I'm on your side here. I don't think they do it back to back.
Come on,
I
man.
could see
It's
one
not back to back,
one-off situation.
Maybe somebody will try to get him as a head coach. Maybe Arthur, because he was a hot coaching candidate for a second.
They're not fired.
He was horrible in Atlanta.
Here's whose contracts are up. Here's whose contracts are up that I know for a fact. Okay, you have the offensive line coach. His contract is expiring after this year. And you have Terrell Austin, the defense coordinator.
Gone.
Contract is expiring at the end of the year.
Gone.
I think, and I could agree with that. Okay, and something I'm going to point out, fellas. A lot of people don't realize the Steelers aren't going to pay coaches or even players, but more especially coaches, if they're not providing the service because they don't have as much money as what you all think they have.
All right, Kev.
Okay, they don't. There's a reason why they have a smaller coaching staff versus others in the league.
Hold on. Before you go any further, I want to make sure that you clarify. So they have the money. It's what they're choosing to allocate to their coaching staff, correct?
No, what I'm saying is they have the money, but they're not in a position money-wise where they could get rid of coaches and pay those coaches for not providing the service.
Yeah.
Okay. You all have to remember probably about 15 years ago, the Steelers went out and got minority owners. Mm-hmm. Okay. They went out to get minority owners because they're not as financially strong as a lot of other NFL teams. Now, I'm not saying they're broke because they're not broke, but they won't waste that money. And that's a big reason they wait until their coach's contract expire to make moves. That's the reason they have less coaches than other teams.
Yeah,
so, like I said,
a significantly less number of people on their coaching staff.
That's true.
Yeah, so
that being said,
my take.
One way or another, I think Arthur Smith is somewhere else next year. I agree with you, JT.
Thank you
one way
very
or
much.
another. Either he gets another job.
Are you going to take up a campaign?
I'm telling you.
I'm getting those. I'm getting one of those planes that fly above the stadium.
There's still some college jobs open.
A few billboards.
There's some
now, let me
college
say
jobs
this
open.
too. Arthur, you complained about his play call, and to be honest with you, Aaron Rodgers called a lot of that game also. But one of the things that I thought was brilliant on the tush push, it was a fake tush push.
Oh yeah.
And I think was it Warren that ran the ball?
It was Hayward. It was Hayward. Connor Hayward went to the side. Yes.
But
He showed some pretty good speed. Warren made some great blocks on that too.
50, 60%, even maybe a little bit higher of the tush pushes these days are all fake tush pushes. Think about it. Mostly everybody's doing it.
And they're changing it up because who usually pushes the pile is big Mount Washington.
Mostly everybody is doing what? They did.
I said these days, like the last probably 5-6 weeks, the tush push, the actual tush push is becoming like secondly. I mean, like a lot of these teams are going with the fake tush push in the handoff or they take off.
Okay.
Yeah, secondly.
Secondary?
Yeah.
Secondly, I don't know. It's my Tomlinism.
Well,
secondly.
I haven't seen a lot of fake ones. But nonetheless, it was a very good call on Arthur Smith's part. And keep in mind, fellas, Cleveland's defense, I think, might have been number 2 in the NFL coming into the game.
Yeah, I know they were number one against the pass, I believe. I saw that flash. They were number one against the pass.
And they might have been, they might have been number one, period. And then with all the players that the Steelers had out, you know, they had their two top wide receivers out. Okay,
and top tight end.
I don't want to hear that, Kev.
But
and tight end.
I'm supposed to be paying attention to the road. It's still look. Hey, listen to me, man.
That's right.
Next man up, bro. But that wasn't the case.
And then you all talked about Cook earlier, the left tackle, and Luther. He's not the third string; he's the fourth string.
Fourth string.
Okay.
Yeah. But he has been doing a good job. But you know, just to sum everything up, and then I'm going to go ahead and hop off and let you all get back at it. It was a very disappointing loss in Cleveland for the second year in a row.
Don't you mean they've lost the last 4 times in Cleveland?
Yeah, it's a bad streak they got going on now.
Okay. Yeah, well, it's the second time that I came in and the Steelers lost. So. But the opportunities were there. They couldn't capitalize on the opportunity. And now it's the playoff game basically next week. And I would expect the Steelers to be at a disadvantage next week as well. However, like I said, Baltimore doesn't have the pass rush or the defense in general, I believe, that Cleveland has.
That's true.
Hey,
so,
and another thing you have to look at, Kev, is how many teams are as lucky as the Pittsburgh Steelers are to have 2 home playoff games in a row. Right? So if we win,
we'll see.
We got one. If we win next week, then we got another one after that. That's how you look at it.
Well, one of the big reasons I wanted the Steelers to win this game today, not only because
to get healthy,
they would have won the AFC North, but also Aaron Rodgers could have sat next week.
Right.
And got Wilson playing.
Yeah.
That would have been best case scenario. If they would have handled their business.
Exactly.
Everybody could have got a chance to see Will Howard get some action too, I believe.
Yeah. But I'm gonna hop off, fellas. Great job. And I'll be talking to you all later.
All right.
All right, Kev. Drive safe, man. Yeah.
All right. Appreciate it.
All right.
Okay. Bye.
All right, let's jump into a break really quick. I know we have a few callers that tried to call in, and then we'll be right back.
Place for soul.
Pittsburgh, it's an old school party. Yes, each Saturday we throw it back with some of the best old school music, funk, R&B, old school, rap, hip hop, and all the jams that make you move and dance. Yes, check it out. Each Saturday right here on Pittsburgh's DSEN. All the old school jams, 6 to 11 p.m.
Pittsburgh, have you seen our Sunday radio schedule? Ooh, it is lit. Start the day off with our Sunday gospel music from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. It will inspire you and have you praising the Lord. Then from 3 to 8 p.m., we bring you Sunday jazz melody for all the jazz lovers. Then cap off the night with the Quiet Storm from 8 to 11 p.m. to hear the best smooth, romantic, and soulful R&B sounds of yesterday and today. All that each Sunday on Pittsburgh's DSEN, the place for soul.
Pittsburgh, it's an old school party. Yes, each Saturday we throw it back with some of the best old school music, funk, R&B, old school, rap, hip hop, and all the jams that make you move and dance. Yes, check it out. Each Saturday right here on Pittsburgh's DSEN. All the old school jams, 6 to 11 p.m.
Pittsburgh, have you seen our Sunday radio schedule? Ooh, it is lit. Start the day off with our Sunday gospel music from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. It will inspire you and have you praising the Lord. Then from 3 to 8 p.m., we bring you Sunday jazz melody for all the jazz lovers. Then cap off the night with the Quiet Storm from 8 to 11 p.m. to hear the best smooth, romantic, and soulful R&B sounds of yesterday and today. All that each Sunday on Pittsburgh's DSEN, the place for soul.
Pittsburgh, it's an old school party. Yes, each Saturday we throw it back with some of the best old school music, funk, R&B, old school, rap, hip hop, and all the jams that make you move and dance. Yes, check it out. Each Saturday right here on Pittsburgh's DSEN. All the old school jams, 6 to 11 p.m.
Pittsburgh, have you seen our Sunday radio schedule? Ooh, it is lit. Start the day off with our Sunday gospel music from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. It will inspire you and have you praising the Lord. Then from 3 to 8 p.m., we bring you Sunday jazz melody for all the jazz lovers. Then cap off the night with
All right, I just played a different section of the song.
Push to start. Yeah. You know what it is.
How's that?
Everything I
Still
do,
not.
I do it big.
I know. Hopefully,
Last night, when I pulled up the line,
a loser song. Yeah, we would have
This might be back to
Now, what time is this?
All right.
Got a call from my jeweler this just in. And women
We have a
love me
caller.
'cause I'm messing with their best friends.
One
Not
second.
a lesbian, but she a freak though. This ain't for one night, I'm shining all week, bro. I'm sipping Clico.
Caller.
And rocking yellow diamonds. So
Can you
many
hear
rocks
us?
up in
Yeah,
my watch,
hi,
I
this
can't
is-
tell what the time is.
Yeah, hi, this is Ralph. How are you guys?
Good,
Ralph. What's up, Ralph?
Everybody that I'm with, Taylor.
Hey, how are you? I tell you what, this is a Mike Tomlin special right here. This game, I mean, I practically laughed through the whole game because anything that could go wrong did.
Yep.
Boswell missing a field goal. Penalties that should have been called on Cleveland. I saw somebody get in Aaron Rodgers' face, no unsportsmanlike conduct. Just all kinds of crazy stuff went on in this game. I say this all the time. Smokin Jim and Luther will back me up. It's better to be lucky than good. Well, today Cleveland wasn't good, but they got lucky because the Steelers weren't good.
Yeah.
So, there you are. That's my take on this game.
Ralph, you nailed it. And I want to say that the person that was in Aaron Rodgers' face was the former Pittsburgh Steelers first-round pick, Devin Bush.
Devin Bush, wow.
Yes, and
wow.
They did not call that. They also did not call the pass interference on fourth down to end the game. If you look back, I mean, hands all over MVS.
You had a great picture.
I did.
I wish you could show it, but you had the picture with the guys, two hands on, and the ball's nowhere near MVS. But, Ralph, what did you think about Aaron Rodgers forcing that 3 balls in a row to MVS with the game on the line? That could have been the season.
Yeah,
that's the guy you go to?
I thought that was a bad play. To do it 3 times. He had Firemouth open on that one play.
Yes.
He didn't even go to him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was just a bad game all around for the Steelers. And Smokin Jim, you're correct. They're probably going to be 9-8. It's looking that way. And I want to let everyone know I've reached out to a couple professional bands that I'm friends with, and they're putting together a song for us called 9-8 Steelers.
Oh, and then if you get that, and if we would be allowed to play it, we will have to test it first. However, that could be our song because right now we made a joke and we're like, we can't play Black and Yellow after we lose. Like, we're not fired up. No one's fired up. No one wants to hear that. So if we can get a 9-8 Steelers song, that would be fantastic.
Well, I'm working on it. I'm friends with a couple local bands, and I'm trying to get something done. So
I love it.
All right, so Ralph, so other than Mike Tomlin, because you made that clear, who else do you put this loss on? Because the coach
I
didn't make
put
any
it on
catches
Aaron
or any
Rodgers
plays.
for not throwing the passes correctly, the offensive line for not blocking right.
Oh,
The defense did everything they could to stop
Ralph,
this whole thing.
you think the offensive line didn't block well?
Well, there were some parts where the Rodgers was in duress. A couple times he got sacked, took a couple bad sacks, that were just that shouldn't have happened. And also the play calling. Arthur Smith and Aaron Rodgers, they're third down. You're handing the ball off. I mean, come on, pass the ball, do something.
That started on the first drive.
The first drive, yes.
Yeah.
And I
exactly.
think because they didn't get that first down, they went away from the run way sooner than they had to.
Yep.
I thought they had in their playbook they were going to run the ball run the ball down Cleveland's throat. But when they didn't get it on the first drive, they went away from it. No way Aaron Rodgers at 40 years old should be throwing the ball 40 times in wet conditions, cold conditions like that. You got to run the ball.
Yeah, and he was almost panicking by that point.
Yeah.
Too,
happy feet back there.
Well, I really appreciate your call. Thank you for your patience, and I know we had a few people on as well. Ralph, anything else?
Well, I'll let you get to those folks, Kevin, Luther, and Smokin Jim. Have yourselves a Happy New Year, and I hope you had a Merry Christmas. And everyone else out there that's listening in or tuning in, please have a Merry Christmas, a safe Happy New Year, and we'll talk to you next year.
All right,
Ralph, buddy.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
the call, Ralph.
Thank you.
Happy New Year to you.
All right,
Year.
thank you. Uh-huh.
I love our callers. They're amazing. Thank you all for calling in.
Ralph.
We appreciate it.
Ralph was ringing today, Jack.
They are. And so also, as we wrap up, please continue to listen to Pittsburgh DSEN for the best of soul food music. It will be after this show. It is a 24/7 radio, but right after the show, you'll get it as well. Also, listen to The Quiet Storm from 8 to 11 p.m. And then set your schedule for Soul Take, which is going to be Tuesdays from 6 to 8 p.m. And also join us on Pittsburgh's DSEN Cruise, which is November 7th through the 14th. That's next year. So get info on our website at Pittsburgh. It's pghdsen.com. And I know Kevin will... or the whole team, actually, not just Kevin, but they'll all be sharing more information on the Pittsburgh's DSEN cruise. So keep your ear out for that. Anything else? I know I just want to say send a special thank you to the owner of Cloud 33 Cigar Lounge, Premium Cigar Lounge, I'm sorry. Gene, thank you so much for being such
thank you.
Great,
appreciate you, Gene.
Come up out of the wings.
Thank you for being such an amazing host, and we always appreciate it here. I know the crowd kind of got quiet after the loss, but after a win, this place
Hey,
is
what
jumping.
you think Gene's accuracy is like throwing the wings? I mean the ball.
I can see his headphones are in, and he's not listening at all. So JT, you want to give a few seconds, say goodbye, and
well, happy holidays again to everybody. But Gene, we want to thank you again. Want to thank all of our listeners. The phone was ringing off the hook. We couldn't get to everybody today, but you're the main reason why we are who we are and what we do. Take in this new year coming up. Call your loved ones, the ones who are older, the ones who don't get as much company. Just check on them and take a minute out, take a time out. Take time to say something nice to somebody. It might change somebody's day. But God bless, and we'll talk to you Tuesday.
Yeah.
All right, Luther.
Hey, once again, like he said, thank all the calls. Ralph, Lee, Dre, Tracy, Diva, and of course Kevin for calling in, man. Hurtful loss, but there's still one game left. The momentum's not there, but it's a home game. Aaron Rodgers can't play any worse. I think he'll play better. The Ravens' D is not the Cleveland Browns' D. So I still think they can get this victory, man. It's not over yet. It hurts now, but come Sunday night prime time, look for the Steelers to show up.
I agree. I think the season's not over yet. So if you get an opportunity, come out to Cloud 33 next weekend to watch the game. We'll be here live. But I just want to say thank you for everyone who called in. Thank you for everyone in the background and who's producing this show to make this a possibility. It's hard to do these things off-site. And in addition to that, just want to say thank you for all of our subscribers and everyone out there who engages with us. If you have not subscribed yet, it's a free way for you to support everything we do, for us to be able to go to away games and be able to bring the news and the press conferences to you live. So please go ahead and subscribe. We appreciate your support. Share it with a friend, call in, engage with us. We're here for you, and we do this for you. If that's it, gentlemen, thank you all for tuning in to Pittsburgh's DSEN. Check us out, PGH, DSEN, and we will see you on Tuesday.
God bless.
God bless you.
Screaming that's not when I pulled off the lot, that's done. Reppin' my town, when you see me, you know everything. Black and yellow, black and yellow.